then we'll be okay, right? You guys don't want to see that. All right. Welcome to the stream, everyone. How are we all doing tonight? Augustus Price, thank you for letting me know I was muted. And welcome to the stream. Kevin Bahal. I always want to say Behal. Kevin, welcome to the stream. Greetings from Trinidad. That's awesome. Nice of you to drop in. If I may ask, how did you hear about the channel in Trinidad? Am I trending in Trinidad? I don't know. Hello. Yeah, that's why I said it's like the Zoom call thing is all conditioned as to whether or not we're muted. Well, I've got the sound muted here for what we're gonna do for the first game that I'm streaming today. This is a game that I've been told I need to get forever. And believe it or not, I did not have this in my collection until this weekend. So yes, I'm gonna play some good old-fashioned Atari 2600 River Raid to get us going. Let me plug that in here. And Kerchow, there we go. I don't have my screen borders set up for this stream, so we'll just leave it at that. Copyright 1982 from Activision. Great channel, man. Just found. I appreciate that, Kevin. Okay, you're giving me a run for my money here. I'm going to say it's like guitar, so Goodja 86, is that right? Goodja? Let me know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Hi, awesome game, I appreciate that. Yes, I'm definitely willing to try this out again. I'm going to have to look at my other screen here. I look at my capture card, but I'm going to have to, you know what, I'm going to move it all back. Sorry, I don't like it up there. I don't like it. There we go. Now I'm actually staring at the camera as I look at that, but as I look at comments we're doing here. So I got it right, good job. I was gonna say like guitar. So the GUI part of that. Not trending, I'm afraid. I'm always looking for new retro channels. Oh, that's okay. Hey, you know, you found the right spot because that's what I'm doing. Let me see. Apparently the movement of ships are randomized, so every game is slightly different. Yep. Absolutely. Usually in the top 10 best of Activision games. Yep. Now, I've included this in the second video I did. I did a video called Top 10, or not Top 10. I don't do Top 10 lists. 10 essential games for the Atari 2600. And I got so many comments stating that I didn't include this game. And I kept telling people I can't include it if I don't own it. Because if I don't own it, I don't consider it essential. Let's go ahead and try this out. Oh, you can fire off in directions. Okay. Ah, oh, so close. And you are right, because some of the stuff is moving differently than before. Now, I know I can edge forward, but it's much easier if I don't. Come on, fuel. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Oh, I have to run over the entire fuel tank to get a full supply of fuel, too. Interesting. Alright, I'm pretty sure I have the difficulty switches set to easy. I hope I do anyway. Ew. Ah. This is pretty advanced for an Atari 2600 game, I gotta tell you. Ah. I should have sped up instead of slowing down. One life left. I got one life left to live. I feel like... I feel like I'm getting lucky halfway through there. Is that it? That's the end. Oh, I gotta try that all over again. Is there like a stage end thing? I played this game before, but I haven't owned it. Well, I'll say. Okay. Somewhat of an auto fire there if I hold it down. Nope. Okay. I forgot who actually programmed this game. I think it was a female programmer that worked for Activision. They always gave credit for their work to the actual programmer because that was one of their beefs with Atari. Of course. I'm waiting for that thing to pull out in front of me so I don't want to get too close, and then it just goes anyway. Pretty clever way of getting around that sprite limit, but... What? I fired. I know I fired. How was I supposed to react to that? A 4 millisecond time jump there. I also like, too, if I play this with an original Atari joystick, I fly into the wall every time. Every single time. Kevin Hall just followed me on Instagram. I appreciate that. Yep, I'm on a lot of the social media. Just recently, and I'll say most recently on TikTok. I'm asking because all of a sudden the channel started creeping up again. I don't know if it's because of TikTok or not. I don't do those dancing videos or skits yet, but I'm trying to think of what videos would be appropriate. Like right now, I figured it'd be a good place to dump those montage videos I do for games, but just letting people know I'm out there. I feel like YouTube leaves a lot of the self-promotion to the video creator, and that's why whenever you guys jump in, I'm glad to see you guys are finding me despite my lack of knowledge of how to market the channel. Alright, I'm able to make it here pretty easily. It's like here is like the... Yeah. I'm getting used to this. Somewhat. So stay away from the edges. The edges are murder. Forces me into the edge. I'm on the edge of glory. I'm flying down a river too. Oh, that was like pixel. I had like half a pixel left to go. I'm on the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge. The edge, the edge, the edge. I should be paying more attention and not singing. Alright, let's check some of those on here. You can get needed gas at the last second and then shoot the gas for points. Interesting. Never got too much into consoles before the NES. Yep. Think back to each system generationally played totally different kinds of games to be made. Oh yes, absolutely. These games, this console was designed to run Pong pretty much. So the fact that they got this out of that system, it's pretty impressive. Yeah, for two sound channels, this game has awesome sounds. They really did. Yes, female programmer. Yep. So you got it, good, ja. Now it's not that much of a gameplay difference. I'd say there aren't that many modern games you could bring to the PS2 if you wanted to. Yeah, true. Highest score achievable in this game is 1 million points. I don't think I'm going to get that close. I'm just saying. Jeffrey Maschek, welcome to the stream. Great game, yep. I was told for years, I'm going to pull this over here. I actually got a physical copy finally. So this is why I'm playing River Raid. Finally got this thing. Oh no, I clicked reset instead of start. That's okay. It's easy to confuse reset for start on this thing because this is still emulated. If you guys want to know what that fundraiser thing I have on the side of the screen is, I'm raising money so I can stream from original hardware. Right now I can capture from it, but my stream setup needs a piece of technology I don't currently have. Costs $300, called the RetroTink 5X. Looking to get one of those so I can capture and stream from that thing. There we go. And the missiles don't fire in the same... It's like the game knows. The game knows exactly how I'm gonna fly down here. That's okay, I'm still getting points for the fuel because I'm just exploding it anyway. What's my highest score? I think my highest score is around 4,500 in that last run, so I'll start keeping track after this run and see how high I can get before I get tired of the game. The missiles are a little bit like Space Invaders, and I do like how you can kind of curve the bullets in this game. Oh, this is not a good part of the river. I don't know why I thought about this song last, but I feel like I should be singing Rollin', Rollin', Rollin' on a river. That's the only part of the song I know. Working for the man who is night and day. Ah, almost made it to the checkpoint. Something keep on burning. Proud Mary keeps on burning. Rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. If YouTube's copyright picks that up, I would be shocked. Will attempting to succeed bring about the singularity? Yeah. I don't know what that means. I don't know why I didn't start coughing until I started on the stream. Must have taken a bad sip of water. There's a homebrew version of this game for the ColecoVision. That's awesome. Hero is a good game. I do like Hero. I can play some Hero when I'm done with that. I do have a physical copy of that, but I don't have it near the desk. I picked that up a long time ago when it was like 20 bucks. It might still be that. 53 years old, so this is your childhood system. Oh yeah. That's awesome. I'm always glad to hear that. Hey, Hepwo, welcome to the stream. Good evening. Yeah, only console you ever played from that generation is the Magnavox Odyssey 2. What a system to be playing from this generation. Yeah, sorry, it's probably because I just started talking. My throat's all scratchy. Almost got a complete Activision 2600 set. That's awesome, too. Oh, got an NES in the Christmas of 86. Made you a gamer for life. I didn't get my NES until 88. But I would have been 3 years old. 2 years old, sorry. Sorry, clearing out my throat on the mic is not really what I like to do. Pretty impressive game first time, absolutely. I already said the comment earlier, but I just said, I'm playing this game because I finally got a physical copy of River Raid. I got the manual floating around here too, somewhere. And, I forgot what I was going to say. Let me reread your comment. Pretty impressive. Oh yeah, because I said that the Atari 2600 was actually designed to run games like Pong. So the fact that they got this out of it is very impressive. An impressive feat of programming. The trigger on this thing is very, very, very sensitive. What gets me is when the ships start taking off. It's very random. Always inconvenient timing. Or as I call it, the Activision philosophy. This is back when Activision was revered. I looked up, EA was one of the biggest hated companies in the world, and Activision Blizzard wasn't far behind, and I really thought to myself, I'm like, really? I still look at Activision. I mean, yeah, Activision's changed a lot, and I do see where people are coming from, but I always look at Activision kind of like one of the more revered, like what I think of when I think of video game companies. I guess for them being one of the only ones that are still around from back then. Alright. I'm just... Oh! It's harder than it looks. I'm going at a slow pace. I'm not even trying to press the accelerator, because I feel like the minute I do, I'm going to fly off into oblivion. We're definitely going to have to try that again. That was a weak run to start with. Or a weak run to end with, is what I'll say. I've got about, what is it, 8,000? I'll see if I can break 10,000 points. So here's the problem, too, is I keep thinking that I destroy a ship, but I just barely miss it by a pixel or two. Yeah, these things take off exactly when they know they're going to hit your path. I'm pretty sure I just saw a ship take off and then stop again and then take off again. I didn't even know that was possible on this system. Urgh! That's the bad thing is my usual strategy of button mashing doesn't work for this game because all it does is just keep you from getting fuel. I don't know what those things, those little blue triangle things are that fly off from the side of the screen. I heard somebody wonder about this game. Why, when I'm flying over the river, do the banks of the river kill me? Why would you... Ooh, that was close. Why would you, fly so low that you would run into the banks of the river? Didn't think that was going to happen. But it was worth a risk. Worth a risk. Heroes. Let me see. OXO, welcome to the stream. Leslie McDowell, welcome to the stream. No charge to bring up money, but isn't this game really, really expensive? Actually, I didn't think so. Not when I picked it up. I paid $12 for it. Is that too much? I didn't think it was very Top Spot 123, welcome to the stream as well. Sorry I missed your comment. I didn't think it was that expensive to pick up for 12 bucks, so if I got a killer deal on it, let me know. Radio Shack TV scoreboard was new when you were a kid. Think you still have it? Oh, that'd be kind of cool. There is a submarine or boat game that was very much like River Raid. There's one called Air Raid too, and I didn't see it for sale, but it's another one. I think that one's even more expensive. River Raid's only like $5, so maybe I paid too much. Oh, mine came with the manual, so that could be why mine was that price. I didn't really care that came with the manual. This is just, that's the first time I've seen this game for sale in a store, physically. And for Atari 2600 games, because of how old they are, I really try to pick them up in a physical store if I can. Yeah. I tried to accelerate and it wasn't working out. That's okay. If anything, I was probably going to run out of fuel. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. I got all those songs coming in my head. Just popping in there. What's another song that includes the word river? Because all I can think of is Rolling on a River. And there is a, I don't know if it's an NSYNC song or what. There's a song called Cry Me a River, and it's not that good. It's not that good to sing. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Gosh, I can't think of who actually sings that song. Oh, that was a Once in a lifetime evasion. Fudge. Oh, fudge. Only I didn't say fudge. I said the word. Oh, it looked like I fired on him, and then his explosion blew me up. Tell you the truth, though, in all honesty, this game's kind of like a Space Invaders, where the enemies don't move in a standard pattern. What? It's almost like I need a spread gun. I think a spread gun would really solve most of my issues with why I keep getting hit with stuff in this game. How in the world, after all the times I did get hit, that didn't kill me? I have no idea. Why did I slow down when I needed to speed up? This game goes against all of my natural instincts. That's what usually happens to me. I'm just restarting this run. So you're not the biggest Activision fan, but currently enjoying the Sekiro. Oh, yeah. That is a series they're doing right now. Must be thinking of another 2600 game. Yeah, there are some of them that can get really expensive. I know Hero can get expensive. I don't know how much it goes for these days. I sped up. I'm just starting over. I need one good run. I will say that the firing button on this is very... You're right about the ship's patterns being a little random, but their position always starts out the same, it seems like. Yeah. Ah. Gosh darn, it always forces me into that corner. I don't think I'm going to get anywhere near 10,000 again. I think that 8,000 run is the best I'm going to do on this game. Those Blue Jays, or whatever they are, or Starship Enterprises that are coming in here are not doing me any favors. That's it. Alright, I am getting pretty close to being done with this game. I would say Hero is better than this one. In fact, let's do that. Let's go ahead and pop in Hero for a little bit, so you guys can see why I like that game better than River Raid. River Raid just gets infuriating after a while. It's just like every single arcade game of the 1980s. On that one, you can either have the theme from Heroes that keeps coming up, or you could have That song, I need a hero. I'm hanging on for a hero till the end of the night. I do have, I think, the ColecoVision version of this game, too. Don't know if I have this up here. After Hero, I should do Pitfall, too. Adam B., welcome to the stream if I haven't said anything to you. The Atari 5200 8-bit River Raid is even better. I don't know if I have that set up on here. I know I don't have it physically. So anyway, I didn't realize that this game has a demo. That's an oddity for an Atari 2600 game, is that it actually has a demo. Hanging on for a hero till the morning and night. Make that a little bit bigger so you guys can actually see it. Gotta be strong and he's gotta be fast. Robot Tank? I don't know if I have that one. Jet Screamer, welcome to the stream. Alright. There we go. Got the first one. First level done in record time, too. I keep wanting to press another button, forgetting that there is another. Yeah, you guys can tell I played this one before. The only thing that would make this game even more amazing is having a killer soundtrack to go with it. Yep. Of course, how was I supposed to know that was coming? So I guess the main thing that you're doing here is you're rescuing, I guess, miners that got trapped down a mine shaft or something. Yeah, no, I shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have did it. Should have did that. Oh, that was close. Oh. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Oh, I am. How many more guys do I have? I think I'm out of manpower after this. Oh, apparently I'm not supposed to touch the flashing red square. Back to level 1. No, I'm not playing on an OEM joystick. That's what my little fundraiser is there in the corner. To get me to play on original hardware, I'm lacking a piece of technology to do that. So everything I play on the stream is emulated. My videos have some original footage and some emulated footage, only because that's lava. Gotta use my imagination, right? Now I gotta remember where all I'm supposed to go. There we go. Getting it. So yes, I'm playing it on using a Super Nintendo controller, which does make it easier, by the way. Much, much easier. And see, right there, I couldn't move quick enough. Couldn't move quick enough to get out the way. Ah, such a tight fit. Alright, still got an extra guy here. Oh, why didn't it move? Now I feel like I'm playing with a joystick. Alright, so I didn't turn off the light this time. Yeah, this one teaches you can go to another room. Oh, that was lava again. I can't believe I keep getting taken out by the lava. This is kind of like Pitfall in a way. I think the fact that this came out so close to Super Mario Brothers. Oops, come on. Really makes this game not stick out as much. And the fact that it came out after the crash. Because I wouldn't have known that this game would be as good as it is. I tried to fly back up. There we go. So I'm wondering, since I'm using an emulator, can I save it here? Oh, that was a switch to get me even further. So I can blow up lava? Ooh! Ooh! Ah! So close. Look at how complicated these levels get. Oh, I can't touch that either. Ah! It's gonna take all my guys just to get through this. I'm hoping I can at least rescue this guy. I don't think I'm gonna make it. That's a pretty tight gap. Oh, see? Yeah. Can I resume from there? Okay. I'm gonna try that again. Yes, this game gets ridiculously hard by the end. Okay. Too fast. You have to be almost pixel perfect here. Okay. Ah! I couldn't move. I tried to move up and over at the same time. And I'm already dying because I can't move. Controls in this game stick so badly. Now I'm back to the same thing I was at before. I only got one shot and I just can't do it. This game's tough. Alright, Tank Robot is what we were thinking. I'll be the last one on the Atari 2600. I'll take a little break before switching over to the NeoGeo AES, which is what I've been doing that. Okay, I did see you do Pitfall too. So you got that in there before I actually said the cutoff. Robot Tank. I do not have. It doesn't look like it. Let's see what the games aren't named the way they should be in this thing either, because I got them from original files. There was a dump that somebody did of these a while back. Oh, this kind of reminds me of a Battlezone or Battle Tanks or whatever it's called. Is this what you're referring to? I think this game crashes because it's in an emulator, but we'll see. Yeah, this reminds me a lot of Ah. It's almost like I played this game before. That's right. Now the time frame's changing. Got him. Don't know how. Uh-oh. I'm hit. Still got him. Rain alert. Look at that. Harder than I'm making it look. I don't know how I'm doing so well at this. This is like when you see on Star Trek when they got in the Wrath of Khan. There we go. Switching to reserve tank. Hopefully I can see in this one. That's right. Wasn't it Atari did the version of Battlezone for the U.S. Army back in the day? Gotcha. Enemy squadron defeated. Bonus tank. Oh, sweet. I made it through the first level. Now I'm up to 12. I think that's actually strange. I don't remember seeing... I got hit? Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't like how it starts taking out your sight at night. Got him. Pretty good graphics for an Atari game, I would say. Again, there's a lot of trickery going on here to make you believe you're in a 3D space. Yeah, this game is holding my my attention. I just wonder how insanely expensive this game is to collect, because in 1984, I'm assuming almost nobody bought this game. Switching to reserve tank. Last tank, and it's at night. I'm like cheating the game here. There's unlimited ammunition, right? Oh, he still got me. Switching to reserve tank. I don't have any reserve tanks. I still got him. Snow alert. Oh, and of course, I die instantly as soon as the snow alert. Mission ended. That was pretty good. 1983. Sorry, I misspoke earlier. Thank you for pointing that to my attention. I don't think I've ever played that game before. I've only played the Atari version of that game, not the Activision version. OXO, welcome to the stream, and Jeffrey Slogjetski, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the. My echo dot went off when I said OXO. Thank you so much for the donation. You are getting me a little bit closer. I think, yeah, that puts me up to the $25 mark on my $300 goal so that I can start streaming from real hardware. Yes, that would include consoles like the 2600. It wouldn't include this game until I buy it. But thank you so much for that. You're toast, yep. Yeah, Battlezone's similar. Solaris was a lot of fun. Joe Stewart, welcome to the stream if I didn't see you. Jet Screamer, I think I already welcomed you, but if I didn't. Yeah, because you're at your friend's house, you said. Best Buy had a graphics card today. Naturally, you're too late. Yeah, it's tough going trying to get a graphics card by itself. Thought Demon Attack was the good game, and the graphics look good. Yep, Demon Attack's pretty good. Oh, you know what? I know why I can't play Pitfall 2. I bet you it crashes. Sometimes, whenever games that had to take... Sorry, I'll keep that up here for a second. Games that had to take advantage of the 2600 to the max and then some really don't run well on this emulator, so we'll see how that goes. You're doing well, thank you. Let them eat static. I like that. Funny thing about this game is that they can't shoot you from behind, part of the strategy. Yes, that's why I started doing with that. Played the version with a periscope. They're still running with shields down, yes. Should we go in there, sir? They're still running with shields down. Raise our shields. Their shields are going up. I don't know why at that point he doesn't say raise their shields. He waits until they're locking phasers. Why does he do that? And I made the Star Trek reference, so I'm going to let you know. For the first time, I have actually started watching. Never watched this series before. Had no interest in it. I started watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And if you guys are a fan of that show, let me know you're a fan, but please do not spoil anything. I'll say this, I'm only about 4 or 5 episodes in, and I'm questioning what the appeal is. Hopefully it does better. Yeah, is that what he says? Sauce for the goose, Mr. Savick? The odds will be even. Oh, that is great. I could never understood what he said there, and I never thought to look it up. That has to be like a British expression. I'm sorry, a Vulcan expression. It's funny how long we used to play these when they were new. Absolutely. Yeah, I can only play this for one playthrough, and I'm already... I had some fun. That's probably the farthest I ever got. I had 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I had 19 tanks on the first playthrough of this game ever. That's pretty good. It is strange. It's one of those games, this game could have faded into obscurity, and I never would have known about it. Maybe if I do a third list, I'll recommend this. How much does this game go for? Not how much is it valued at, how much does it actually sell for? Robot tank is... Oh, it's not bad at all. It's only $5. Huh. I will keep an eye out for this. And if I can get it on real hardware, I will. Joe Stewart says, Deep Space Nine was your favorite. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that from so many people, and everyone's always shocked because I watched Voyager. But I watched it when it was on the air as a young adult. I'll say as a teen. Because it was about 10 years old. I was about 10 years old when that series started. So I would watch the Next Generation reruns and I would watch Voyager, but I never watched Deep Space Nine. I did know that Worf was on Deep Space Nine, so that's why I wanted to give it a try. But, yeah. Snoopy, when I rescued him, he came in with that name, so not going to change his name. Oh, you have a beagle? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, my friend has a beagle, but my friend's beagle is 16 years old. He's an old dog. Can't teach him new tricks. Well, that's pretty cool. Beagles are a special breed. It gets a lot better in the second half of season 3. Okay. Okay, I'll have to look at that. Dax, yes. I think the characters are good. It's just the stories are a bit uninteresting. One thing I really don't like right now is they have, well, from the Emissary episode, like that's like the first episode, they have like this whole religious theme going on there, and Star Trek has really stayed away from like religious themes up until like the more modern era. So I'll have to look at it. If anything, if I decide to give up on it, I'll have to fast forward through and skip ahead and see what all the buzz is about. I thought about just looking up one of the top ranked episodes guide and just watching the top ranked episodes, but usually they're out of order, so that's very good. Let's try Pitfall. All right. Let me pull up Pitfall here. Pitfall doesn't like to run on this, and I'm pretty sure Pitfall 2 doesn't run. I think Pitfall 2 crashes. I do own a copy of Pitfall 2. Maybe I can pull it up on it. If it crashes on the Atari 2600, let's see if I have it for a different system. Yeah, this is all that comes up. So sorry, guys. This is what Pitfall 2 looks like on here. And yes, I can press any button. Nothing happens. It just crashes. Let's try the original Pitfall I know works on here. Yeah, Worf came in around season 3. Okay. Ernst of Borg 9. Oh, I actually didn't know that. It's a bit slow, plotting for a while. Yeah. Really didn't like the Star Trek NeoGeo until their uniforms got the collars. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a series about that. Here's the original Pitfall. We'll go through this for a little bit. At least until I die. Yeah, the original... Some people say it doesn't start getting good till around season 3. But there are some good first season episodes. It's just, there's a lot of bad ones. There was a lot of experimentation, we'll say. And a lot of episodes that remind me of the original series. And why the original series had some episodes that aren't very good. All right, let's see if I can make it through the Crocs in one. Oh. Nope. I thought I was gonna make it. I usually, once their mouths open, I don't usually make it. There we go. And by the way, now every time I play this game, I'm reminded of an episode of South Park where the priest has to go through the trials to get to the Holy Vatican Law, and the entire quest is Pitfall. Literally, the graphics of the animation turn into Pitfall. Run. Run, Harry. Run, Pitfall, Harry. I got my first bar of gold, which is I usually die at least once before then. Yep. And you know, as soon as you walk in and there's nothing there, you know there's going to be a giant lake or a pit. A lot of the screens do look the same. And yes, this is so much easier to play with a directional pad and a controller than a joystick. It is not even funny. Ah. You can tell they're trying not to run into that sprite limit. Oh, there's a fire. But your lordship, the holy document of Vatican law cannot be changed. I'm not condoning what they say in that episode otherwise, by the way, just letting you know. I'm not saying people should watch that episode because it has Pitfall in it. I'm just saying I thought it was hilarious that they describe this quest he has to go on, and then it turns into Pitfall. Alright, so there I'm dead. The Ferengi are goofy, and that's one of the things, too. The Ferengi were one of my least favorite parts of the Next Generation. Notice how none of the Ferengi showed up in the movies. I had the feeling that was the case of it. Ouch, thanks for trying anyway. Yeah, no problem. Like I said, I'll look and see if I have it on a different emulator here real quick. I know I had the Atari 800 set up, but it's not configured for a controller. Here's the 5200. I bet you Pitfall's on the 5200. And I do have Pitfall 1 and 2 on the 5200, so I'm sure I have the ROMs. No, I just have Pitfall 1 again. We can take a look at that. Let's see what Pitfall 1 looks like on there. Bajor is a very religious planet. Oh, there we go. This is what I was running into, yeah. Let's see. Standard 5200 cartridge. Yeah, it's not configured for a controller. And now I have to reboot the entire system because I don't have a keyboard hooked into it. Because it's technically not a 5200 emulator, it's an Atari 400 emulator. But it's designed to run. It's designed to run the 5200 games as well, the emulators. You just gotta click on the keyboard to make it go to it. Do I have any pets? I actually do not, but I do. Basically, I consider my parents' dogs to be like my pets. My parents have a dog pack. They used to have a lab golden retriever. Sadly, it passed away a few years ago. Sorry, I'm getting messages as well. Do you guys ever send live photos or not realizing that you have live photos on your thing? Did it come out for the Atari 7800 as well? Probably not. Intellivision might have it. Let's try the Intellivision. No, it's still just the first Pitfall. Hey, at least I'm not going to be playing it with a disc. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, so here's the Intellivision version. Get that back up on there. But their religion isn't our religion. They lean on it. Yeah. Metrons, maybe Mechalons. I don't remember that. That was a funny episode. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't know about all this stuff. I've only been watching it for a few episodes. Thank you for playing, man. Totally brought you back for a couple minutes there. Awesome. Hey, no problem. I'm sorry I don't have Pitfall 2 for any other platform. That's the thing. It's paused. Look at that. This is what the advanced power of the Intellivision will bring you. Oh, that sounds terrible. Did you hear that? How do I get off of this rope? I'm not really seeing too much more detail. I don't like the way that it sounds on here. Especially that. Okay, so there's a different button to let go of the rope than there is to jump, and on the Atari there's only one button, so... I'm assuming it's the other shoulder button, but I'm playing with a SNES controller. Yeah, it is. So... Oh, oh, I almost made it! The Dominion War arc of Deep Space Nine is very good. The battle scenes are great. Okay, I'll have to keep an eye out for that. That's one of the things I heard. I know that there is a thing called the Dominion War. Look at that. How am I supposed to make it across there? I'm already dead. I'm out of lives. Well, that was the Intellivision version of it. Let me see. I'm going to look again on one more platform that I think it could be on. For Pitfall 2. And nope, it's not set up on here. Well, let's see. I don't think it's going to be. Let's hope. One can only hope, right? So this is what it's doing. It's just sitting here at this screen. It kind of looks like a Commodore 64 screen. Oh. Pitfall Lost Caverns. Press start to begin. And it is not mapped to any of my button controllers. Or any of my controller's buttons. So that's as far as I can get on that. Yeah, that's the Atari 800 version of Pitfall. Like I said before, I'm working on a master's degree and no time to game anymore, so thanks for the throwback every week. Oh yeah, no problem. Glad I can be helping out. I've working on my master's. I completely agree. It was a huge time suck. One of the big reasons why I didn't start this channel until after all that stuff was done. Because yeah, there would definitely been no time to do all this stuff. You are correct. Let's see here. Dominion War was DS9 was good. Bubba Bear 77, welcome to the stream. Checking all the comments here. Yeah, I was searching for a way to play Pitfall 2. I don't have anything that works at the moment. And I'm short on oh, there's a River Raid. No, this stuff's gonna work. So I have Atari 7800 games as well. Let me see. I have USA and Europe games on here. Nope, no Pitfall. What's a good game to play on here? Oh, what's it called? There it is. This is a game that I think would be good to play. This is using only the 2-voice sound chip on the Atari 7800. This is an awesome game if you can pick it up for your Atari 7800. How much of a creepy theme is this? Isn't that a creepy theme? And then the rest of it's just sound effects throughout it, but I don't know, I love the opening intro to that game. Do I have Joust for 7800? I do. I can play some Joust. I mean, that doesn't take me long to play. I usually just play through it till I die and then keep going. Like I said, I'm going to take a little bit of a break midstream here. I'll show something that I was playing on the Xbox Series X here in a second. While I load up the emulator for the NeoGeo AES. Right now, I'm up to $25 on my fundraising goal, so I can stream from real hardware, not have the emulator hooked up for streaming. The way my setup is, I don't have a good way. What I have here, I'll show it again. This is a cheap box that I got because I don't have a lot of money to invest in the video resources here, and most of the stuff I game on when I'm playing on original hardware is going to be on a CRT, not on stream. But anyway, this little box is just terrible because it stretches the aspect ratio from 4:3 to 16:9. If you look at my Ultimate TurboGrafx 16 review videos, not the CD or the Turbo Duo, I used this to capture most of the footage from original hardware, and people got upset. So I'm done using this for now, to stream with anyway, because there's no way for me to not stretch the footage from this. And I found out the cheapest device that's reliable to properly stream real hardware from composite to HDMI is the RetroTink 5X, And that is what this fundraising goal is for. So I'll throw some money in here too as I can, but that's what I'm asking for donations. If you guys want to see me stream from real hardware, this is what it's going to take. Otherwise, right now I'm just going to keep going with the emulator for retro games. I mean, the emulator looks good to me. It's just not real hardware. And yes, I would rather play on real hardware when I can. So, got anything off of Game Passes? Like, actually, yes, I just downloaded Doom Eternal, and I haven't played it yet. Oh, there was something else I downloaded too. It's another one that's just about to come out. I know I want to get Microsoft Flight Simulator when it comes out here pretty soon. But yeah, probably Doom Eternal. Just haven't started playing it yet. How about you? You guys see anything on there? Yes, 59 games were officially released for the 7800. I'll play this game a little bit. This game's kind of like Gauntlet. There we go. The game's kind of like Gauntlet, and yeah, that's basically all you need to know about it. Or Dungeon Explorer on the TurboGrafx, actually. Kind of reminds me of both of those games. Come on. So he can't fire and move at the same time. Ooh. I need the key to get in there. There's the key. I did download Doom 64 off of there, but I haven't played it on there yet. I've actually played Doom 64 on the original. On the actual Nintendo 64, I do have that game. All right, there's some sort of weapon up there I can grab. It looks like it's optional. I think that looks like health. Oh yes, and this game is multiplayer, by the way. If you can play it with two people if you get two people up on here. And oh, the sound is primitive like the 2600. Yep, here we go. Yep, I need to kill these things because these things are the ones. There goes my health. There we go. I'm gonna die. Alright. While I still have a sliver of health, I'm going to get out of this dungeon, hopefully. There we go. Now going down to another level. And if I'm right, yes, I can pause this game. Some of the games I haven't done yet. Got Doom 64 off it recently, just have to mess around on it. Yeah, I decided I was going to go ahead and get that eventually, so... Absolutely. Didn't Flight Simulator on the Series X come out on Game Pass this week? That's the thing. I don't know if it comes out later on this week or if it's going to be already out. But I usually take my console into work so I can download it. I did. I got a good deal through my rewards to get... Holy crap, the donation train's coming in here. Hang on. Pause that. Hold that thought for a second. T-Tech Trab, welcome to the stream, and thank you so much. The donation train coming in there. Are we going to do one of those... was it link things? Hang on. I don't know if I can get this to play through here. I'm trying to get that sound where something... let's see what happens here. No sound is coming out. No, that didn't work out. Holy cow, the train keeps a rolling. I should have had a sound effect ready for this. Instead, I'll just do this. I know this is taking me a second to get to. I want to see if I can find. There we go. Now let me see if I can do a window capture. We'll get there. Give me just a second here. All right, so there's that one. Not that one. That's the one. So in honor of T-Tech Trab, here is Trick Trek Track from Donkey Kong Country. I don't know if you guys can hear the music on that. Probably not, because that would get me flagged in a heartbeat. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. This is for you. Appreciate that. Should turn the music up on this so I can really hear it. Let's see if it'll go through the mic. Move the mic over. So anyway, thought I'd show a little bit of that just because your name always reminds me of that level on DKC. I don't know if that's exactly a turn that sound back down so I don't get blasted out by it. Appreciate it. And Fred Smithberg in with a donation. I appreciate that as well, kind sir. Definitely need to get some videos caught up here because I was not expecting the immediate support on this. But I'll go ahead and whoops, I want that on there, but I want this off. There we go. Yep, not my gameplay footage, but I thought I'd show it on there whatsoever. That's Trick Check Track from or Trick Track Trek from Donkey Kong Country. Whenever I see T-Tech Trab, that always makes me think about it. Awesome streamer as well on that one. Fred Smithberg, that is the first time I think I've seen you in the stream. Not, please let me know. I appreciate that as well. Oh, okay, you're good, just 68, but had to log out on your Fred account because you're subscribed with your Fred. Oh, okay. No, that's perfect. Trick Track Trek. Yep, that's absolutely right. T-Tech Trab. That's what I said every single time. That makes me think about it. So appreciate that on there. Let's get a video on here of. See if I can get a video file saved with this. And I'll have to do it from. I was looking to see if there's like an animated video to do it with it. But I guess we'll just have to do the original. There we go. This is how prepared I am usually, by the way. Since I have to get this set up here, I am going to switch over. So at least you guys can see something while I'm getting ready here. This is what I was planning on streaming from that, and I will update the streaming goal here to reflect tonight's generous donations here. I've had 3 of them in. Jeffrey Slojewski, you had $3.99. I'm going to have to write these down so I can calculate them old school. Because, yes, I do all this stuff by hand. So I can do that. Jeffrey Slojewski. And T-Tech Trab had the train a-rolling. With lucky number 13. And Red, very generous as well, with 20 up on there. You guys have just obliterated what my fundraising goal was for this. By the way, this is Forza Horizon 4 that is being streamed at the moment as I'm figuring this out. I had $22 beforehand. This should be easy to figure out. 22 plus 20 is 42, the meaning of life. And that gets us to a goal. Well past one of the goal markers here. Oh, and of course, power. Where I designed this in is a little program you guys may know. It's called PowerPoint. And this thing is ridiculous at trying to snap it to a location I don't need it to go to. Oh, you know what? I did that wrong. There we go. Let's get that new screenshot in there. So there's the old one. Here is the new one. Ow. Getting me ever so closer. Thank you guys so much again. Sorry it brought the stream to a halt. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. And that brings us to our break as I switch over to the... I know I was going to play some more of the... what's that game called? Dark Chambers. But it is time to go on to some NeoGeo stuff. I've been capturing some NeoGeo footage for the Ultimate NeoGeo Review. I do have a NeoGeo AES. I have a bunch of games for it. And I'm hoping to be streaming from real hardware on that soon. Again, we'll see as we go through here with the donations. Appreciate it. Every single donation through these different... Every donation through this stream and last week's stream and I guess whatever future stream up until I reach my goal will be dedicated to getting that piece of hardware. Last I looked, still sold out, but as soon as it gets in stock, I can stream from real hardware and it can be upscaled properly in its proper aspect ratio and captured at least 1080-60, probably even higher if I had a better capture card, but that's a different upgrade I can deal with later. So definitely appreciate that. So anyway, this is the Forza Horizon 4 video here. I'm actually going to fast forward to where I was driving. I think last time I was on stream, I played Dirt 5. It wasn't the last time, it was the time before.
Yes,
that's been the one thing on here.
One of the best out there.
Yeah.
Built and tested on the local roads of
I said I was not prepared, but next time I will be. And let's see if I can add on. This is what I plan on doing on the next one. Media source. Let's see where I saved that to. Have I saved it yet? I didn't even save it. From one of my all-time favorite games, and it's always appropriate whenever I see the donation on here. I know Streamlabs OBS will allow you to import all this stuff, but I could never get it to work right. Not that I couldn't figure it out, I just lost interest in it when I have stuff that works. You guys will notice that sometimes I get the good enough attitude on this channel, and we'll do it. Here's what I'm hoping to do. Sorry if that was very loud. I couldn't hear it on mine, yeah. That's a bit loud. I couldn't even hear it on mine, Augustus. That's the funny thing. Everybody else, we heard it. but I couldn't hear it at all on mine. I'll probably have to set it up to where the sound comes out on my end, but yes. A little softer next time, but I'll be playing that the next time. When people donate. Hopefully I remember to do it. That's the thing. So anyway, well, we got that out of the way. I've been playing this game a little bit more often. This is one of the last days I was doing it, and it looks like it's a little bit stretched, so I'll have to... because it's cutting off how many laps I have. There we go. Let's see here. Fred also says, last console I owned was the Sony PlayStation 2, so watching video streams like this brings you into the 21st century. I love the old school, of course. Oh yes, absolutely. I show a little bit of both because there was someone who also helped me very much get the, in getting the Xbox Series X, so I feel kind of obligated to stream it at that point, just to show you guys what modern games I'm also streaming, and what games I play very horribly on this. And here we go. Alright, it's going to be loud again, but I'll try to turn it down right off the bat, because we got another donation here. 210-505, thank you so much for the donation. This is going to be loud. 3, 2, 1... There it is.
Yes.
There it is.
First
Found it.
in the bag.
Now I can listen to it so I can hear exactly what it sounds like to you guys. Thank you so much on that. What are my thoughts on emulators? Well, I see them as something that's not going to go away, but something that's, I mean, I don't know. The reason why I even got into retro gaming back in the day was because of emulators. Like, in the year 2000, 2001, we had a little Windows 98 PC that had, was it Nestor or Nestopia? Can't remember what the actual name of it was. But yeah, that was the,
looks like you've nearly qualified for the autumn
that was the draw to retro gaming for me, because it had a whole bunch of games that I always wanted as a kid to play, but never could. But then in college, when I started getting more disposable income working a full-time job, I started collecting retro games physically so I can play them on real hardware, because I hated playing them on my computer because I had to play them on a keyboard. So that was my experience with emulators, and I think that...
See you there?
Yeah, this guy's talking. So I think that, I think I'm okay with it more than other people, but I really prefer original hardware for retro gaming, honestly. So if you're asking about the legality of it, I think that if you own the games, you should be able to basically, yeah, do what you want with them, just like you would with a PC game back in the day, and make a backup copy for yourself and do whatever. So, and the games that I have on here are games that I own. So, or they've been dumped into a public archive, or they're part of the public domain. I do check for ROMs like that, because I try to stay away from the ones that would get you in trouble. But yeah, I think that emulators are, I mean, Nintendo's using them for their products, so I don't think anything is inherently bad about emulation. I think that to program and code them takes a lot of talent and effort, especially if you're porting games from other systems around that. So yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of a good thing that we have them to make sure that retro games are not going to die. And yeah, pretty much it. Nesticle, I think that could have been it too, Heppo. I'm not quite sure. Christopher Lawrence, oh thanks. Good luck on getting your composite thing. Yep, absolutely. I'm kind of getting excited for it, because it's one of those things where I always think my collecting philosophy is always on getting the games. And I'm going to play it on a CRT, but the problem is, if I want to play original hardware online, my solution was to buy this little thing, which was only like 20 bucks. I mean, that's whatever. But I had to, like, for the NeoGeo, I had to spend like a couple $100 per game. So it's really, I don't have much left over for, number one, getting a fancy storage solution like shelves and stuff like that. But the other thing is getting a I don't want to say a fancy, but a good enough upscaler to get that stuff going. So yeah, it gets pretty pricey to do some retro game collecting. And that's why I'm asking for help with this. So that's why I appreciate it that you guys are able to step in. And obviously this directly benefits you guys because you'll be seeing very good upscaled footage directly captured from the console. So it's going to be composite still, but it's going to be upscaled, and there's going to be, I don't want to know if it's filters applied, but it's going to basically be able to upscale them and render them in a way that looks good on a flat screen display. So that's the big thing.
I gotta go. Work to do.
That is expensive, Augustus. You are right. It is the NeoGeo games. I'll show you these things. The reason why they're so expensive is, number one, they didn't sell well. They were pretty rare. They were expensive back in the day. But look at these things. Here is a NeoGeo AES cartridge. You notice it has 2 boards inside of it. Not just one. There's 2 rows of pins there. And here is an Atari 2600 cartridge in front of it. I don't have the exact dimensions, but look at the size difference. This thing is huge. This thing is small. So, again, giving you an idea of what these look like here. So back in the day, these are the arcade games. These are not home ports of arcade games. These are actual arcade games. Which is one of the reasons why I wanted to collect it. The system itself is expensive to get, but thankfully, I found someone. I've actually found it in that retro game store I go to a lot. I've shown it off in videos. They had it priced insanely cheap. And I thought, oh, there's got to be something wrong with it. But if there is something wrong with it, I bet you I can try to fix it. And sure enough, I to date have never taken it apart because it just works. And I'm, knock on wood, hopefully keeps that going. Jet Screamer, thank you so much for the donation. You just want to hear the song again. Coming in with that $5 donation. Thank you very much, sir. So I have a question. Do you guys know which Final Fantasy that particular fanfare is from? And if you guys do know, I definitely give you an applause for that one. You can emulate NeoGeo for free, obviously, but if you want to do it legit, Series X has most of the NeoGeo library in the Xbox store. You know what the funny thing is? I have a lot of them for the Wii. That's kind of a strange thing. I bought a lot of NeoGeo titles when they were available for the Wii, so I don't know if I want to rebuy them on modern consoles, unless I'm going to buy them for the actual system. Just to let you know, for the games that are prohibitively expensive, some of the NeoGeo games are up to $5,000, $10,000 a piece. That is not a joke. Look it up. If you look up Metal Slug, the Metal Slug series, I think Metal Slug 1 is the cheapest, but if you look at all of them, they just start astronomically going up in value. I will never, I don't want to say never, unless I win the lottery or I get, $10,000 donations and they say I have to spend it on a NeoGeo game, then, that's the only way I'm going to be able to do it, because my car doesn't, I don't even think my car costs $10,000. It's just insane. It gets so expensive. Oh, let's take a look here. That's good to know you love your Ultimate membership. Hey, yeah, absolutely. Final Fantasy 4 or 2 in the US. You're close, Heplo, and I did see Christopher Lawrence said Final Fantasy X. I don't know. Yeah, that one's a tough one. Final what? I don't know. I'm an Atari dude. Sounds like Final Fantasy 4 to you. It does kind of. Here, let me listen to the Final Fantasy 4 one real quick, see if I can get it up here. Give you a hint. It's not Final Fantasy 4. So that was that one. Okay, you know what? It is the same melody. It's the same melody, but not the same instruments. But you're right, it is that. Let me listen to that one more time, since you guys asked. So it's definitely NES. So you got a choice of 1, 2, or 3 on the NES, but that is actually Final Fantasy 1. Final Fantasy 2 sounds a little bit different. Because I actually did buy 2 and 3 for the Famicom.
See you there. Oh, and me and Jay have just
Oh,
finished
this is
setting
the.
up a new danger sign. You should check it out if you
Sorry, that's the
want some thrills along
that's the
way.
remake one. I want the original NES version. There it is. That's not quite right. Yeah, it kind of the notes carry a little bit differently, but you're right. It's very hard. It's very, yeah. FF1 on NES. Augustus got it right below the line. Final Fantasy 3 actually has a different melody, I think. At least it did on the iPad. That's how I played Final Fantasy 3 for the first time. See what Final Fantasy 3 has. Yeah, Final Fantasy 3 has a drum track underneath it, or like a, it kind of gives some beats. I actually like the one for Final Fantasy 3 for the Famicom. I may swap it out for that one. Only ever played the PS remakes of the first 3 games. You know what? Final Fantasy 3 was never ported to any other system except the DS, the PSP, and the iPad. So far, that's been the only way to do it. There's been no home console ports of Final Fantasy 3 to date. It's really made me upset because I want to have a console that has all of them, but I don't quite have all of them. Oh, look at that jump. And new personal best. I should have used the reverse. Actually, I need to break the record. I don't want a personal best. Okay, yeah, the GBA. Oh yeah, the GBA version. Also, I think the GBA had a version of Final Fantasy 3, didn't it? And Final Fantasy 3, by the way, is a good game. I actually like that one. The first one, I'm not the biggest fan of. Obviously, it's the first one, so that's the one you gotta love. But Final Fantasy 3, really, that job system on the NES, on the Famicom, does very well. Oh, that was terrible. Look at that. I don't know why I don't try to rewind and do it again. Maybe I can't rewind at that point. Let's see here. To Tim, I got yours in, and Jet Screamer got yours in. Just checking to make sure I'm getting that. Damon Forbes, welcome to the stream, and thank you so much for the other $5 donation. That brings me up another $12 total from, what did I have, 55? That brought me up to 55, and now we're at $67. We're making our way here. We're over a third of the way there. I'll have to update my screenshot here in a second. Not quite up to $75, but we blasted past that $50 mark. As I said, all the donations in today's stream are all dedicated. I'm waiting for this new theme to download, Damon. So we'll get you a song here in just a second. And again, it's probably going to be loud the first time I do it, and I'll have to change it a little bit. So this is from Final Fantasy 3, and you'll notice the drum track underneath it. I don't hear it yet, so. Did you guys hear the difference on that one? That's awesome. Thanks, Damon. I appreciate that. The real Final Fantasy 3, yes, not the one from the Super Nintendo. Never played the MMO Final Fantasy Tactic games. How many games do I have now for the NeoGeo? You know what? Let me look that up. I have a sheet where I've been keeping track. It's been over the last, like, ever since I had the console, I've been buying like 1 or 2 games a month. But they're expensive. I don't want to say a month. Let's just say 1 game a month. So I have probably about 20 games for it now. I actually have, let me give you the official amount there, 8-bit SNK boy. Should probably do a video about what it takes to collect these, because some of these games I've gotten for like half of what they usually go for, because I bought from a seller in, not Pakistan. What's that place I'm thinking of? It's somewhere in the Middle East. Apparently these things are selling really cheaply there. I have a total of 20 games. I have some of them complete in box because they just came that way, but yeah, I have 20 games for the NeoGeo. There was somewhere around 140 games released for it, so I've got a little bit to go. Yes, Augustus, you got that right. It does use the PCM sampler to give it that little extra kick. So let's listen to that again, since I didn't hear it the first time. Every time you hear it, it almost sounds like like that at the very beginning of it, to make it sound like there's a percussion there. And it could be literally someone made that sound with their mouth just to add that in there. It's probably like that, and then it just kept going. I don't know if that's even being filtered out or not. Like that. I have to do it loud into the mic, because my mic is... Come on, 8 minutes left. I have to use the restroom before I start playing some NeoGeo stuff. I am kind of going in order of launch. I'm working on the launch titles right now, and I do have a bunch of them, but I don't have all of them. I will say this too. I am looking at buying a Neo SD. If you guys don't know what the Neo SD is, maybe I can pull that up on the browser. The Neo SD is from Terra Onion, and it allows you basically to put an SD card into your NeoGeo and play them all on original hardware. I've been holding off on buying this because I want to see how many of those games I can get without before I get to that, because the fun of it is collecting original titles. Original titles on original hardware is my favorite way to go. Obviously, I'm limited by how much money I have, but... Oh, let's see here. Display Capture 2. Yep, there it is. So here's the Neo SD from Terra Onion, and literally it's just a little FPGA board inside of there, and they got some RAM and such. This will allow me to play any game that I want on the NeoGeo AES on original hardware. This is gonna be the only way that I can play games like Metal Slug and those ones that are ridiculously expensive. So, but we'll see how far I can get before I have to do that. 210 again with a donation says, oh, hang on. Whoa. You guys are going to be so tired of this by the end. Now let's mix it up here. Let's do both. Oh, I muted it. There we go. Get both of them going in there. I do like this one better. Appreciate that. He says, my only problem with emulators is when people do Switch games, if it's older games, I'm fine, but with new ones, that's crossing the line. Oh, yes, that's a good way of putting it, actually, because if you asked me about what's the most modern system I have personally emulated, it's probably the PlayStation 1. I never got into Wii emulation or GameCube, even though it was supposedly easy to do, or Dreamcast emulation, or anything like that. But yeah, you're right. I have seen one of the biggest things that people are talking about with the Steam Deck is that you can get a Nintendo Switch emulator and emulate modern games on it. And that's to me, I don't have any reason to do that at the moment. Or I'll say this, I don't personally choose. I'm choosing not to do that. I agree with you too, Tim. Definitely. Good to hear your collection is growing. I know it isn't cheap. Yep. You're currently rocking 37 AES carts, 11 MVS, and 52 NeoGeo CD games. Just counted them. Nice. I don't have any NeoGeo CD games because I don't have the NeoGeo CD. And yes, I'll unfortunately have to leave that out of the review. I will talk about it by saying, yes, I will have, yes, they did release a NeoGeo CD, and if I get one in the future, obviously I'll have to cover it. There is a version of that Neo SD cart that will let you play CD games on the AES. But that's not the version I got, because that one was like $400 more expensive. Well, I'll say this, the one I'm going to get. I haven't ordered it yet. So I'm holding off because if I'm going to spend $400 on that, that'll probably be the last thing I ever buy for the NeoGeo. Yeah, and I agree with you, Heppo. It is incredibly much more cost-effective to get the NeoGeo CD. The problem is the console's so rare. Like, there's almost no way to do it. I'm going to run out of footage here real quick if I don't use the restroom. So let's see how far I got. Yeah, I only got 4 minutes, so I'm going to use the restroom, guys. I will be right back. Thank you so much for the donation. There's more stream coming. So, as they would say back in my day on television, don't turn that dial, because the Player One Start live show is coming right back. So I'll be right back, guys. Never heard that expression before, Damon? Don't touch that dial. Yeah. The first TV I ever had a dial, an actual knob you had to turn to physically change the channels. One knob only went up to channel 13, I think. And then there was another knob for UHF stations, which was ultra high frequency. Oh yeah. Definitely on there. Anyone have a NeoGeo CDs? I'm sorry. I think GameCube and Xbox's 20th anniversary this year. Yes, that is correct. The PlayStation 2 hit their 20th anniversary last year, actually just this last December. So it's still 20 years old and like 6 months as of this month, or 7 months. Never bother with CDs. I know they have a faster drive, but you prefer the second model. Yeah, well, that's the other thing too, is that for the NeoGeo CD things, the load times on those were apparently really slow. Obviously much slower than a cartridge, but... Achievement unlocked, Pride Before the Fall. I think this is going to be it. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to... Ah, the seasons are changing on Forza. This is one of the first Forza games I ever played. I did play one for the 360, I want to say. And I don't remember it being like this game.
You are this close to qualifying.
But this is
for
Forza
the
Horizon
Dirt
4,
Racing
so
series. You should come back
that's
to
what I've been
Kart
playing for
because
now.
it's completely different in auto.
But anyway, let's go ahead and get the next game going on here. This is another launch title game. Oh, did it just crash? After my controller. I opened the drawer to get to the NeoGeo games, and the drawer slammed shut on my controller, so I couldn't touch it. Hang on. I don't know if this one's gonna work. I don't know if this one's gonna run. I think I tried to do this last time, and I think the emulator kept crashing with it. Yeah, that's the sad thing about these games is you never know. So let me try the game next to it. So unfortunately, this is not a launch title. We'll wait for that to come up here, and I got to capture. There it is. We're going to be playing Baseball Stars, but it's going to be Baseball Stars 2. So sadly, I couldn't get the first one working. I don't know why it was crashing. So we're going to see what we can do with this game. Once I get the once I get that upscaler for playing games on live stream and capturing at the same time, we'll have to get the original copy of Baseball Stars loaded up in there. That's why the downside to emulation is sometimes it doesn't work and you may have to tinker with it. I'll say it's not as reliable as playing on original hardware, depending on how old the hardware is. The other thing I was going to do is get our donation goal back up to match it. Capture, and this is going to get very messy very quickly. So there we go. That's more accurate to what we're at now, what we're up to now. Getting very close to $75. I have it up to 70. We're actually at $72 so far out of 300. About a third of the way there. Actually, $100 would be a third of the way there. I meant a quarter. That's what I was trying to say. A quarter of the way there. Which is not bad. Very much appreciated. And if I'm right, this is the MVS version. I know some of the ROMs I have says MVS. And I do have an MVS converter that I have not gotten to work well, is the thing. Let me see. Remember hooking up the RF connector on the back of the TV with a butter knife? That is hilarious. I also collect mostly everything apart from Versus and Fighters for the Neo CD, whereas most of your carts for AES are all Versus fighting games. Well, yeah, because those are the cheapest. Those ones were like, I don't know, 40 to 50 bucks a piece. So far, the store that's around me has that. So we're going to see what this does here. This looks like it's going to be another reflex challenge, so I'm going to have to go to my monitor that has no... Let's put some credits in there. 1 or 2 players. No, 1 player. Pennant race or a game. Okay, it looks... I hope I was doing that. Let's do easy. I got the New York Monsters. The Tokyo Ninjas. I'm not going to be able to see all of them. Let's go Sydney. Okay, swing bat. Something about stolen base. That went way too quickly. I don't know what the controls are.
Hello, Major League fans. This is Michael Beard, the Sydney Griffin.
Wow.
The first game.
Ah, shouldn't have swung. I should have. Why did I swing at that?
There's the pitch.
Oh, we got it. That was pretty quick. Oh, I hit some kid in the crowd. Ah! That would have been my reaction too. I was way too early on that one. This guy definitely doesn't do steroids.
There's the pitch.
Well, that was quick.
Let's see what they do.
What'd you say? I saw you only have Baseball Stars Professional for your AES. Great game, got it, Chip, although 2 is superior and so addictive. What's going on here? Oh, he automatically threw. How much time do I have? Oh, I threw it to the wrong base. I meant to throw it to second. That's right.
Ball. Strike one.
That's right.
There's the pitch. Ball.
Third. Out. Oh, he wasn't forced. You see my... Bases loaded. Do not get a home run.
Ball. There's the pitch. Ball.
Man, they do not swing at anything. How do you throw a curveball? Oh, okay.
He has good eye.
Home is out. Whew.
Ball.
How do I throw a curveball in this game? I feel like that'd be good information to find.
Ball. There's the pitch.
Time up? What? I use a credit for that so I can get beat?
Strike one. There's the pitch.
Oh no. Oh.
There's the pitch.
Why isn't anyone getting it? That was like an... this is what I hate about these old baseball games. I'm gonna get stomped. There we go.
The Napoli Angels managed to score this inning.
Whoops.
Strike.
Did not mean to click so early.
There's the pitch.
I thought I was pitching again.
Strike two.
It's about right. This is a game of reflexes, and I can't blame it on the delay, but I'm going to.
Strike one.
That guy threw a 43-mile-an-hour pitch, followed by a 100-mile-an-hour pitch. What? That would have hit him. Should have taken my base. That guy runs like that guy runs as fast as I do. I should not have swung at that.
There's the pitch.
Am I going to run out of time again?
Great hit.
Come on, home run, home run, home run. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
The Sydney Griffins. This inning. Let's see what they do next time up.
This is sad because I can't figure out how to throw anything other than a ball that they can easily hit.
Ball. Strike one. Strike two. Ball.
Oh, of course. There we go. All right, Sergio. Can't believe this game would have eaten quarters even if you were winning.
Strike one. Ball. There's the pitch. It's a fly into left.
Oh, jeez. Where is he? Throw it to third. Throw it to third. This is going to be the highest scoring game in the history of baseball. Yep.
Ball. There's the pitch. Ball.
What? Told you. Highest scoring game in the history of baseball. I'm going to get spanked.
Strike one. Ball. There's the pitch.
Meant to throw that to first, but oh well. See if I can get out of this inning alive. Come on, catch it. Or just stand there as it goes foul.
There's the pitch. Ball.
There. What? There we go. I was going to say.
The Napoli Angels.
I could have just held on to it. Unless you charged me. Alright, I think that's enough. Sucking it up horribly at this. Use this guy. Okay. Time up. 3, 2.
Strike one.
They're making me do it. Had to put in another quarter. Oh. Yeah, that guy didn't do me any good. Alright. There we go. Got a guy on base. Oh.
Strike one. There's the pitch. Strike two. There's the pitch. Great.
This is ridiculous. We're going to practice batting here if this doesn't go well.
Strike two. Change.
Alright. We're going to try that again. Cheat time.
Strike.
Hey, who needs to do this game right? When you got cheats. When you got save states. Oh, that went out. Oh, that went foul too.
There's the pitch.
I'm gonna score a run here.
Right two.
There we go. No stealing bases, we're good. Nope. Not doing that.
There's the pitch. Right two.
I can hit that ball. Let's do it.
Nice batting.
Right out there. I scored a run. It took save states, but I did it. Now I gotta get 8 more of those, just like the way I did it. Man. Home run. Grand slam home run. It's all the more nicer when you can cheat. Oh.
Right one.
Jeez. Oh. There we go. Oh, it hit the wall. I could have made it to second, but I'll stop. I was gonna say, I definitely have to get at least as. Oh, jeez, what was that? Right. Now I just need another grand slam. Oh, I'm not there yet. I shouldn't have swung at that. I don't even know why I did. It's like a reflex challenge. There we go. Nope. That wasn't a good hit. Same thing again. This just lets me know that the computer was designed to win. There we go. Okay, we're not doing that. Oh, along the third baseline. Ah, should have taken it home, but never mind. Oh, that didn't work out. Nope. He's not going to give me anything to hit. Look at that. All 3 of them were the same pitch, and all 3 will have the same result. No. The computer is rigged. It's not going to let me win. Because it knows I'm cheating. Oh. Oh. There we go. Tying run. No. I'm still down by 2. Power up bat. What? It's like the better you do, the more the computer is going to mess with me. Okay. I'll get it. Come on, walk me. Still not there. Is that going to be a ball? No, okay, it's a strike. They're calling that over the plate.
We've got a pitcher change.
Oh, relief pitcher. Swing and a miss. I'm actually kind of curious how many of you can see me. Is this going to do it? Is this going to do it? Okay. There we go. Switch the pitcher again.
Pitcher change.
I'm going to win. I'm buying my way to victory here.
Right two. There's the pitch. There's
Can't do that.
There's the pitch. Right. There's the pitch.
Oh, along the third baseline for the tying run. This is the longest second inning. I've been to some baseball games, and this is, I guarantee you, this is the longest second inning that's ever been. There we go. I won this game. That's all I needed. I'm done. Oh, gosh. This game is kind of addictive, but man, I can tell how the computer really... That computer difficulty really shows when you have the save states. It really does.
He has good eyes.
And now he's just...
Full count.
I was gonna say, he's either gonna walk me or what? Do you see how many balls he threw? Oh, change. There we go.
Sydney Griffin.
We could just let the game figure itself out. Slide.
Those of you who've been around since the playoffs.
Oh my gosh. So this game is Baseball Stars. It actually ended up being Baseball Stars 2. Because I couldn't get Baseball Stars Professional to load up in here. Which was a launch title for the system back on July 1st, 1991. Sadly, we're going to have to keep going here. Did I already play that one? I'm pretty sure I did. The next one I'm going to do here is called... Look at this. This guy's going to run. He's just going to keep running. Nope. He stopped.
He needs relief.
Uh-oh. He's powering up his batter. This guy's bat's obviously corked.
Pitch. Nice batting.
I can't believe they don't just keep running. Oh. Powering up his bat again. Yep. We were up. They blew an 8-point lead in the second inning. Oh, is that a grand slam? Nope. Look at the computer players. They're so confused. Where's the ball? I can't see it anywhere. Oh my gosh, that is terrible. I could watch this for a while, but I'm waiting for it to run out of time and go back to the intro screen. Sorry, I might be getting more enjoyment of this than you guys are. My viewers went down when I started playing baseball. had the donation train going, and I brought it to a screeching halt with the fast-pacedness of basketball. I'm sorry, baseball. Wow. See, I can't even get the game I'm playing right. The next game I'm going to do is actually... It says this is a running gun. I don't think I've ever played it. This is one of the games I do own. I own Baseball Stars Professional, the first one. I also own this game, too. It's got, this game has some mediocre reviews, I believe. Yeah, average to mediocre. Actually, no. I'd say mediocre to positive. I got 6 out of 10 to 8 out of 10. That kind of range. Somebody gave it a 31%. So a 3 out of 10. But only one person gave it that low. There it is. Game over. Didn't win this one. That is kind of fun. I am curious to see what the difference is between this game and the first one. There's also Baseball Stars or Baseball 2020 or something like that, which I haven't really thought of getting. But we'll go ahead and kill that display. And we'll keep going. The next one is... This one's back to launch titles. It is a run-and-gun style game called Cyberlip, if you can see that. And let's see if it starts up here. And this might be the last thing I streamed today. I was pretty tired when I started. And, oh, it didn't start. Well, phooey. I'll have to wait for that one to be on regular console, too. There's no sequel to it either. Is there another running gun that was launched on the system? There's Ghost Pilots, which I've already played. I already did King of the Monsters. Okay, this is one people asked me to do last time. Let's see if this one works. There's 2 different copies, so I'm assuming one of these works and one of them doesn't. The game, in my opinion, is extremely hard. Looks like it's going to work. Yeah, the Japanese copy of Cyberlip. Yeah, I think it's the North American version, actually. But here's the game I'm going to do next. Magician Lord. This game's just incredibly hard to me. I don't think I've ever gotten past the first level. And yes, I do have this game as well on original cartridge. So here's... That looks like the American version to me of Cyberlip. I know it's hard to tell in your guys' thing, but I'm pretty sure because there's absolutely zero Japanese writing on it whatsoever. And here is my copy of Magician Lord, just in case you guys were curious. I do have these physically. Actually, one of my favorite games on the system so far has been Ghost Pilots. But I've already played that game. Maybe if you guys want, I can end the stream with a little bit of replay of that. I 8-bit SNK boy. I like the NeoGeo CD because it has faster loading times. Sorry for the response. Oh no, that's right. Bought it for your NeoGeo CD and got an even cheaper copy about 2 months later on the cart. Oh really? That's pretty neat how it winds up like that. So this is Magician Lord. It's classified as a platform game, but I call it a platform of boo hockey. This is not a launch title, though. Yeah, it is. Never mind. Somehow my games got out of order. I like the posters they have here on Wikipedia, by the way, which is where I'm getting my images license from. This game has an 8 out of 10 to 7 out of 10 and an 18 out of 40, which would be closer to a 5 out of 10. So the reviews are all over this place, with most of them being very positive. It says a sequel was developed but never released to this game. Side-scrolling action platform game, published by SNK, was one of the launch titles for the MVS and AES in North America. In addition to being one of the pack-in games for the AES, this would have been a good pack-in game. Although I think Ghost Pilots would have made a good one too, because these games really do showcase, like you see the animated Magician Lord coming to the screen and everything. I don't know. I think it's something you can possibly do. You can tell I'm not looking forward to this. You like Magician Lord a lot, but it's very tough. I like it too, but yeah, that's the thing I'm not looking forward to, is the toughness factor. So we'll have to see. Let's put in some coins. Shoot, 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 and jump. Shoot, jump, nothing else is on there. I like the directions it gives you for how to play these before it goes. Level 4 is where it gets too much for you. Yeah, it's on the AES. You can't keep popping in quarters for it to keep going. The following is a story of fantasy. Once upon a time, a giant evil descended on the peaceful land of Caduceus. And I couldn't read the rest of that, so you guys can pause it and read it later. Young hero defeated various demons, called him the Magician Lord. And the text on that one did stay up long enough for me to read it, but that first one disappeared very quickly. Some parallax scrolling in there. A lot of frames of animation. I feel like after seeing Nom 1975, I was expecting more voice acting on here. I have the feeling on the MVS cart you can, which is what this is emulating, I have the feeling you can spam the quarter button and kind of play it. You've played it a lot? Oh yeah, I've played this game a lot too. Like I said, it's just harder than heck for me to get past that first stage. And then when I do, I quickly die in the second stage, so... The NeoGeo has kept me quite busy outside of the streaming. I'm just capturing it here on stream because I don't have any captured footage of it. Again, my DVD recorder died, so I don't have any way of capturing composite footage at the moment without stretching it. Player 1. It knows my name. Here we go. There's shoot. There's jump. Yeah. So far, so good. Oh. Can I shoot up? Perfect. Like I said, it's been a little while since I played it, but I have played it. Oh yeah, Sniper, I remember going down this ladder stinks because enemies like to spawn right in front of you. Nice. Oh yes, and they have those nice enemies from Castlevania that just scroll up and down the screen. I haven't had to use a save state yet, so that's a good sign. New power-up? Oh! First hit, second hit. Oh! Okay. I'm gonna save the state there. Just because I can. Yes, this is where I remember getting killed a bunch. Which is why I remembered where to do that. And I got hit, and then I lose my power-up. Yeah, I'll try to... Oh, he still gets me. And I can't shoot when I'm on the ladder. I don't know what to do. I can't jump off of the ladder. Still hits me. Oh, you know what I need to do? Is this. Look at that. How's that for learning? For remembering what to do. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why do those things show up now? Is it because I took too much time getting over here? Gosh darn it. One thing that helps is being able to mess up and start over from where you were at right at the That's right. Ooh. Is there another button I can press? Nope. Gosh, this guy's gonna drain my health quicker than I can. Nope, can't dodge it. Gotta jump it. Am I gonna run out of time before that? Ah, so close. Ah. There we are. I need to stop falling for that. Okay. Ah. If you jump after you see him start to swing his sword, it's already too late. There it is. And see, that's all it took. That's simple, right?
What imprudent of you human beings! Face your trial by God.
Oh my. Oh. Did I get him? I got farther than I thought I would, and I had to cheat like heck to get there. Like a cross between Castlevania and Ghouls and Ghosts. Yeah, it's about right. Oh. Yep. Boom there. Did not mean to do any of that, but whatever. Oh yes, and when I start out here, I don't start out with full health, do I? I'm down to one hit already. Yep. Barely make it in there in time. One hit and dead. Where do I resume from? Yep. Get them to fall and then go back. Yep. Oh. Can I just keep running? Nope. Oh, I can over here, but I can't there. I see. Good. Good. Here I can. Can't. Can't. Man, that's tough. Of course they follow me up. You understand why I get frustrated with this game? Music is fantastic too. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and pause it there for this game because, yeah, like I said, I can't play this game for too long, but I got further than I usually do. I got past the first stage. Again, changes to hell. Oh, I can save on my memory card. Sure, why not? I don't know if I have enough time to put in player one start. Is there a number? Nope. ELA. Oh, I got on top spot number 4. Have a good one too, OXO. OXO's got to go by. All right, have a good night, man. Oh, I think that is about going to do it for me actually playing games. I can probably play the video of one more here. What single game are you best at? Any platform? Like I said, a lot of these games that I'm playing on here, this is the first time I played most of these games, to tell you the truth. Magician Lord I've played before, not very good at it because, of course, I haven't played it in a while. Super Mario Brothers 3, definitely good on that one. Mario Karts, almost any of them. I think I'm pretty good at that one, although I did get knocked out first round on my first competition, so that was hurtful. Knocked out by like a 12-year-old. The next thing is... I think I'm pretty decent at Uncharted. Maybe Halo, although, you know, just simple good. But yeah, single game am I good at? Usually platformers. Donkey Kong Country, awesome game. I played through all those. Second round for a bit? Okay. No, that's all right. I'm probably going to switch over to some previously captured footage because, again, I was pretty tired today and I'm going to end up the stream here in a little bit, but I'm going to show... I think I'm going to show something. Another NeoGeo game that I previously captured, I think. If this decides to speed up at all, maybe. Or I could show some PlayStation 5 footage. You guys want to see something on PlayStation 5? A game I actually knew how to play well? Let's see if I have a PS5 stream set up. I don't think I do. So I'll go back to the Series X and modify that stream. Turn that off and change this. We're going to go to... I did stream the first part of this game, and I've captured actually most of what I've played in it. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going to actually play here. So let me go in order. I think the 5th was the day I streamed. Nope, that was not. I'm trying not to show anything I've already shown, so let's go ahead and start here. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can play that file format because I captured it in 4K. So I'm going to have to convert that before I show this game anymore. But I was going to show you some Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. It does not look like... Yeah, it doesn't look like I have any footage that can be shown at the moment until I convert it. Because for some reason they want to capture in the WebM format. And that's not... So let's go ahead and try this. Because I do like this game too. Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on. This is Sackboy A Big Adventure, which I also do like, but I forgot to have the video muted so it wouldn't start playing. Let's try this again. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Can it play the 4K footage? Can it stream it? This is all questions I do not have answers to, and I want answers right now.
You've been wanting to ask what...
But why does it
There we go.
so purple?
Maybe it's related to all
Looks like it's going to work.
happening.
If that is the case,
This was captured in 4K 60, but you guys are seeing it in 720 60.
cause us to implode.
Ah,
I knew it.
So yeah, we'll play some Ratchet & Clank here as we get rid of the
Released by the dimensional chaos.
Xbox and the Forza screenshot here.
an abandoned dimension from the looks of it.
And this will be where I end it. But yes, definitely like Ratchet & Clank. I'm pretty good at this game too, although I beat it on easy. I'll probably go back and play challenge mode at some point. But like I said, I don't have a PS5 set up for down here because I didn't stream the PS5 down here. Thanks for the stream, gotta go. Oh, 8-Bit's gotta go. That's the one who had to leave. 283. Yeah, I know it's early in the morning for you, SNK, so if you had to leave, it's alright. Have a good night, man. Stick around for a bit. Star Wars Pod Racer. Yeah, I did like that game too. Pretty good, that. Platforms are your style, just can't do shooters. Yeah, shooters. I enjoy shooters, but yes, they do give me a challenge.
Does it screw into?
So, although I like them, I can't always do them. I am good at like R-Type. Super R-Type is one of my games. I used to have that game all the way down back in the day. Sorry, people that know that I'm streaming have decided to start texting me instead of chatting on the stream. Thoughts on the Stream Deck? See, we talked about that a little bit when we talked about how people were saying that it's a good emulation device. Okay, I did notice there's a frame rate on here, but I think it's because my PC's struggling to play the 4K 60 video and stream it at the same time. So don't, if it looks choppy to you, sorry, that did not look like that when I was capturing. I think it's just because, yeah, sadly my PC's not keeping up too well with this. So, yeah. But yeah, the thoughts on the Stream Deck is, a lot of people are saying it'd be great to have a handheld portable device. Here's what I'm going to say, my thoughts on if I'm going to get the Stream Deck or not. I haven't really decided on it because I can't predict the complete future. But I will say this. I think that I'm not personally excited about the Stream Deck because I don't play a lot of handheld gaming. I really don't. The reason why is because I can't capture it and show it on the stream and do all that kind of stuff with it, so it's kind of hard for me to play it portably if I have no way of capturing it while I'm doing it portably. Now, if there's a way to do that on the Stream Deck, I can reconsider it. There might be, because it is supposed to be able to run like Windows or Linux, and that means I can run OBS or something in the background to capture the screen as I'm doing it. But the other thing is, I don't own a lot of PC games, so I'm not really into PC gaming as much at this time either, and that's partially because of the cost. And if I do want a gaming PC, I'm going to go for something that's more powerful than the Stream Deck, or the Steam Deck, sorry. So, for me, I don't think it's worth it that much, because I don't do a lot of portable gaming. And it's not powerful enough to make it a PC for me. Like, I'd want a more powerful, more capable gaming PC. I think it's great. I think a lot of people will find a lot of good use out of it. Definitely a way for Steam. I always thought that Steam should make their own console, more so than what they did with the NVIDIA Gaming Shield or whatever. So I kind of thought they should kind of offer, since they offer a gaming service, they should make their stab at a console that can run most of their games. I like the direction they're going. I don't think it's going to kill the Switch. I think it's just going to be people who wanted more will be able to get that for now. And the casual gamer and most gamers will still play things on the Switch because there's a lot of stuff on there. A lot of stuff that Nintendo has proprietarily, and other people have given it a lot of support, so we'll see.
Something broke out of its container.
A month ago, I thought it could be a bluff. Yes, I thought that too. When I first heard about it, I really thought to myself, I don't know if this is ever going to come out. But from what I'm seeing, the pre-orders for these are going to be...
An Amiiboid?
The pre-orders are for, like, next year. Like, if I were to pre-order it now, I don't know if pre-orders are still open. I remember when I looked at the pre-orders that were going on for it, it would have been... Yeah, this is Q2 of 2022. So about a year from now, I could get a Stream Deck if I pre-ordered it now. So I think I'll wait and see what happens. I'd love to get one somehow discounted and definitely do that. But yeah, not to go on it too long. I think it's going to be great for some. It's just not for me at this point. Because again, I've already got the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and a whole bunch of retro gaming consoles I want to get through. It's almost kind of a shame when I get, like, right now I'm not playing my PS5 currently, so it's just sitting there. And I feel like when other people can't get the system, I feel obligated to play it more often because I'm like, well, I can't just let it sit there because somebody else could have bought it and they could be playing it. That's the complete opposite mindset of the scalpers. Now, that's the other thing, too. The scalpers, I am not surprised at one bit. When people are like, I can't believe... this is the way the articles seem to be written to me. They're like saying, I can't believe they're already scalping the Stream Deck and it's not even out yet. I'm like, people will do anything for money. It seems like. Not everyone, but some people will do anything for money, including scamming people by saying they might not even have a pre-order yet, but they're just saying, "Oh yeah, order it now, and you're pre-ordering it through me instead." So whenever they get one, they'll ship it off to you. Fred also has another question. What style of game are you bad at, but still enjoy playing? I think you saw arcade games, arcade style games. I'm really bad at. Like I love Pac-Man, but I am terrible at that game. I rarely ever get farther than the first couple cutscenes in Pac-Man, but I always keep coming back to play it. Love coming back to play it. Space Invaders is the same way. Yeah. I would say that classic 80s arcade games. That's what I said, it's more fun to play than the addictiveness factor of it is better than the actual getting things out. Is the audio skipping in this? I feel like every now and again when the action gets really high up there, that the action starts. That actually looks really terrible. I really don't want to keep playing this video. You know what I think it is I'm playing it off of a hard drive. Because my SSD on this MacBook is almost full. Let me do this. I am at the 7-minute mark. Let me pause this for a second. I'm going to copy this over to the SSD part of my MacBook and see what happens. What video is this that I'm playing? Remember, it's like a 12 gig file. There we go. All right, I'm going to let this copy over, and then we'll continue this playthrough of it in a little bit. I bet you this is probably it. That's probably going to help. So sorry, pause on the stream there. Be better if I can just play this from my PlayStation 5, right? Why am I going through so much trouble to show a video? Because like I said, I'm pretty much done gaming for the night. But I can catch up with the chat with you guys for a little bit and talk until we're done. I usually stream for about 3 hours, and we're at 2 hours and 46 minutes, so I only got about 15 minutes left. But I'll definitely show you some of this once it gets loaded up here. Fighting games you're the worst at? Oh, that'd be good. I was kind of including those in there, actually. Mortal Kombat, big one. I'm not terrible at those games, but I'm horrible against the computer. I can win against other people. Like, I don't know if it's just because I'm picking on people who are not as good at the game, but I can definitely, yeah. It's fun to get my rear end kicked. Yeah, it doesn't stop me from coming back. You know what, though? I used to be better at Mortal Kombat. I used to be able to beat through the tournament mode, no problem with any character. I knew not all of them. I knew some of the special moves, and I knew the strategy I needed to get through the game. The problem is I've lost all that knowledge over the years. So that's a game genre I used to be good at, but due to the way the world is now, and the fact that I'm getting older, my reflexes are getting slower, I think that's the reason why I'm slowing down a bit. All right, so I'm turning that video off, and I'm going to import this guy in here. Let's see what happens.
But
It's
why
going to
does
be big
it
at
look
first.
so purple?
Maybe
Oh, yeah, I'm
it's
already
related
liking this
to all the
better.
dimensional chaos happening.
If that is the case, I believe hitting it will either
So again,
shift
because
us
it's
to another
4K
dimension
and it's trying to
or
scale to my
cause us to
stream being
implode.
720, I got to scale it all the way down.
I knew it! The Blazon must have absorbed the excess energy released by the dimensional chaos.
Now this looks better.
We have shifted into another dimension.
Let me
An
take
abandoned
that all the
dimension
way
from
down
the looks
here,
of it.
so I'm not overlapping my stream. And let me fast forward to... We're at the 7-minute mark. Roughly, we're somewhere around here.
Sorry, I thought you were someone else, but you're not.
Is he okay?
I'm Ratchet.
Oh, that is great. Hello, Ratchet. Were you looking for me? That would be great, too. Ooh, can I call you Chet?
No.
And it's still skipping. Think it's running a bit smoother, yeah.
And no. I'm looking for some Blizon.
Oh, I know just the place. But I lost my access arm in all of this water. Have to drain it, but how, Ratch? How?
Calm down. I'll handle it.
It's almost like I gotta let it buffer. Isn't that strange? So yeah, like I said, it's 4K video, and I can tell my MacBook is struggling to do this in OBS, and I don't know if that's because of OBS or just the way I have it set up. But I feel like I need to convert that into something that you guys can see more smoothly. I'm not out of RAM. I have 4 gigs of RAM that is free. So every time I pause it and let it run, it's smooth at the beginning.
Prone to flooding. They would likely keep the pump controls somewhere high.
Hey, Ratcho.
So I'm just gonna check out my game footage here in a second.
In case you are interested. I know I am.
Pleasure to meet you, Junkpot. This is Kid.
Hello.
Hey, kids.
Yep, and there it
Why
is.
do you two need that Blizon?
We're trying to get into another dimension to use their Rubion Forge.
Oh, we have one here.
Yeah, I'm not liking this at all.
It's not worked in forever. It could make the
So at some point in time, I'll have to change that to something else. I actually didn't mean to capture it in 4K. It's just something that happened to work out with this. Let's see what else I got here. Yeah, I see some other games I have footage for. But I'm not, whoops, of course. I just X'd out of the whole video folder that had all the stuff in it. Let me go back to here. I'm going to shut that off because, yeah, that's bugging me. When the sound was cutting out after a while, I'm just like, yep, we'll just let this go out and let my MacBook ease off and let the processor cool down a little bit. Let's try something a bit more retro. I should have a ton of stuff that I have not streamed yet. Think you were very good at Robot Tank for the first time? Yeah. I think it's funny, since the 80s, I actually don't like all the cutscenes and backstories in games nowadays. Just want to be dumped in the action and play. There are some games that really fight against that these days. Definitely. I have a whole bunch of stuff on here, but just don't know what to actually stream. I think I found one. Let's try this. This would be switching over to, it's not as retro. Yeah. I think I've already streamed all those is the thing. I was going to say, you know what? Let's just go ahead and play some Mario Kart. This is just a random capture. Get rid of the 4K setup I had there. Let's fast forward. And this is just me playing random people online a little while ago. It's always fun to play Mario Kart. I mentioned that was the game I was good at. You're surprised? Yeah, well, that's some of the things too. It's very similar to Battlezone, and I've played a lot of Battlezone back in the day. So it kind of reminded me of that, and that's why I was already familiar with how to maneuver the tank, fire the missiles, and aim with a little bit of a delay. So yep, we're just going to let it go through a couple races here, and then again, like I said, I had a long pause there where there was nothing going on, but sorry I couldn't get Ratchet and Clank going. I'd rather be streaming something like that, but can't beat a bit of Mario Kart action. You know what? This video is incredibly long, too. Like, apparently I just sat down and decided to record a whole bunch of footage. I probably did it so that, and with the intention of playing at the beginning of a stream sometime, but because I can always play this anytime. It's just I'm tired, and it's down to the point now where I'm just streaming till the end of it. I'll probably stream till the top of the hour, and then we'll call it quits for tonight since we had that long gap. Let's see here. Don't want to sit through some soap opera scenes when you're in the mood to play a game. It's so frustrating. Well, that's some of the thing, too, yeah. Especially with a new game that you're just trying for the first time. And yeah, it's something where they should focus on getting you in the game first, learning how to play the game, and then set up the story, then take a break. You should learn about the story throughout the game, not just having this huge... I forgot what game I was playing. Elder Scrolls, I thought maybe was one that did that. Can't remember if it was Elder Scrolls, though. What console is this? This is from the Switch. Yep. Usually, I do have a Switch setup on here, but I didn't have it set up with video, so I just decided to use my regular template for it. And as you can see, it's got the old... It's got the old goal on there. We made it to around $75 tonight. Almost a quarter of the way there in terms of funding for that card. And I do stream from my Switch sometimes. I can stream retro games from my Switch if I play some of the Super Nintendo and NES online. Which I've done that in the past. I played a little bit of what's that game called? Journey to Celius. That's a great game on there. If you haven't played it and you have access to it, definitely give it a try. It was made by Sunsoft when they thought they were going to be making a Terminator game. Unfortunately, before they published the game, their license expired, so they just swapped out some of the enemies and changed the story, and voila, you have Journey to Celius. But yeah, Mario Kart has been... I've actually played this online a bunch of the, with my friends as well. We'll usually try to get this done maybe once a month in the last 6 months or so. I have this game digitally. I got it digitally for the Switch because I didn't want to have to remember to carry Mario Kart around with me all the time. So I loaned out my physical copy to a friend, and that's why we're able to play Mario Kart usually online a bit. Sometime I should do it on here where we try to do some of you guys streamers play against me on Mario Kart. Here I'm just playing randoms, and you can see the weirdness I have to put up with. Of course, I will say this. There's always going to be like a 12-year-old who's had a lot more time than me to learn all the shortcuts in the track and the turns. And if you notice right now, yeah, I always keep forgetting about it. I always turn on, when certain people play it, they like to turn on the auto speed and auto steer. And if you notice, the auto steer is on my cart. It's because I always forget to shut it off when I'm playing the game or check for it, and I never change it mid-game, so... But yeah. Let's see here. OXO says, been on Mario Kart online many a night, logged in and said, I think I'll just do a few races and end up there for hours. Yes. Mario Kart Online is the best thing ever. When they did that on the Wii, I played the heck out of Mario Kart Online for the Wii. Even though the Wii was always terrible with those blue shells. The blue shells ratio in that game was insane. And from what I understand, Mario Kart Wii still has a following online. To the point where there's a whole homebrew community around it. They're still making tracks for it. As long as you have a legit copy of the game. Yeah, like see, like that auto steer there kept me from turning into that area. It looked like I hit an invisible barrier. Damon Forbes says, a streamer I like plays this and is terrible. He's a good gamer, but bad at this. Yep. Like I said, it's... This game levels the playing field very well in terms of if you're good at the game will defeat you. That kind of thing. Actually, you know what? I don't think I'm playing online on this one. I think I'm playing in cup racing. So sorry, I had this marked as online, but I just realized it's not online, it's a cup race. So, I probably got tired of online, tired of losing at the online. I'm like, man, I'm doing really good in this run through. Only to find out I'm not playing against other people online. I'm playing against the computer. This is probably 200cc racing. Because I actually beat the game. I beat Mario Kart in all the cups and got all the trophies, gold. And then my original Switch died. And when I sent it to Nintendo, it erased my save. So I had to start all the way over from scratch and unlock all the courses again. And as soon as I unlocked all the courses, I didn't bother to get golds again. So I'm slowly making my way through Mario Kart again. I also have to go back and rebeat Mario Odyssey, which I'll probably end up doing eventually. Could do that on the stream. I do like Mario Odyssey. And this is a trivia fact, if you guys want to know. The very first game I ever streamed, it's not online anymore. It's because I did a test of it for about 20 minutes. And then I took the video down because it's not very fun to watch. And Nintendo had already flagged it for playing their cutscenes in it. But the very first game I streamed on this channel was Super Mario Odyssey. The day after I bought it. Like that night, I plugged it in, updated it, and then I tested my stream card out with Mario Odyssey on here. Gosh, that had to be 2017? Probably fall of 2017, wherever that game came out. So yeah, it's crazy to think how long ago that was, and I was terrible. The next game I streamed, which is still online, was another test. I tested my Raspberry Pi, my Retro Pi, out and streamed Super Mario Land on the Game Boy. So I streamed that as my second stream. But that's the first one that's online. And that was me trying out to see if I could stream from this, from the Retro Pi. And that's been about what I've streamed retro games from ever since, just because it worked out so well. And it's something I already had. It didn't... Like, a lot of the things on there, like, a lot of the consoles... Yeah, there we go. I had to get a blue shell and a red shell. I'm probably going to get hit by something else here pretty soon, too. This just works out so well. It automatically upscales all of them. They look so crystal clear. And the other thing is, every single console would need a mod to get the best picture out of it. So like I said, even though I get this new upscaler, it's going to, or when I get it, if I reach my $300 goal there, even when I get that, it's going to be composite signal upscaled to 1080p, and there's going to be some image processing that should make it look better, but I'm not modifying every single console to get an HDMI signal out of it. It's just not going to happen. Now, there are some consoles like the Sega Dreamcast that has VGA out. The Xbox original and the PlayStation 2 both have component out, and those are going to look great. But like your PS1 on composites, your gosh, what's a system that really your N64, there we go, is a system that looks really good on a CRT but looks terrible on a modern display. I would say the N64. So I might have to go out and get an N64, one of those little converters that supposedly taps into the signal before it gets composite and does that. But I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars on every console trying to upgrade them to HDMI. It's just, like I said, I think the money is better spent having an original console, playing it on a CRT through composite, and then upscaling it on stream for people if they want to see it. I'm not going to get the cleanest image out of it, but I'm going to get a better image than the stretched, the horribly modified aspect ratio out of it. Because like I said, if you wanted to, you can spend thousands of dollars collecting retro games. I just don't have that kind of money. That's the thing. Same, almost went blind playing Mario Kart on the Wii OXO. Yeah, that's hilarious. I think, yeah, that was the first one. Now, technically on the GameCube, they had the broadband adapter you can play Mario Kart with, which I always wanted to try, but never have because, I mean, I think that's one of like 4 games that use the broadband adapter on the GameCube. If I'm being quite honest, I can't remember how many total use it. It's not very many. Same thing with the PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 has some online games, but my PlayStation 2 never, ever went online. I never plugged in an Ethernet cable to that thing while it was still a popular system. Never plugged that thing into an Ethernet cord until many years later when I wanted to like just test out and see if I can get two PlayStation 2s hooked up together and play split screen racing. And so that's what I did. I think we did a Jack X Combat Racing. And instead of doing split screen, we had two separate televisions that we were reviewing it from, so we each had a full screen. So that was a good experience. But yeah, the first game console I had online was the PlayStation 3. And then shortly after that, the year after, I got the Nintendo Wii. That was, do you guys remember how hard it was to get a Wii for like the first 2 years that the Wii was out? That's why when people were talking about the Switch shortage, I was like, with this chip shortage and everything, we could potentially see this going 2 years or so before the stock gets caught up with demand. I have seen in thrift stores, it's very easy to get a Nintendo Switch now. A lot of people are trading them in. I don't know if they're trading them in to get a Stream Deck or what, but or a Steam Deck. People want to call it Stream Deck. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that YouTube keeps track of the chat revenue. So yeah, definitely have to make sure that this matches up with this, but I definitely appreciate those of you that did donate to the stream tonight. We have about 8 minutes left. If you guys want to get a question in, now is the time to do it, and I'll see it before we close up. But other than that, we might go through one more cup, and that's going to be it. I've already been streaming for 3 hours, 5 minutes. It's been a good night. I didn't get through as many games as I thought. There's not as many games. Whoops. Not as many games that I got to work on the NeoGeo emulator. I can probably get them to work. It's just I do know some of those games require fiddling with the emulator to make things work out. So here I am back in the home screen. Let's see what this is. Oh, and now I'm going online. So now you're going to see me. Now you're going to see me fail miserably. And at some point, I think I'm going to have to turn off the auto steer. I usually find out when I'm online that I still have the auto steer on. Which is kind of strange that you can do that on Mario Kart. Keep your... I call them cheat devices, basically. Keep your auto steer and your auto acceleration. You can keep those on while you're racing other people online. Oh, do I have to... Am I going to be racing or am I going to be spectating? Yep, I'm spectating. So another thing about Nintendo Switch Online, that's something that they talked about with the OLED screen. So people were telling me that maybe, because I did say I'm probably not going to go for the OLED screen, because I don't play my Switch. 90% of the time I'm playing my Switch, I'm playing it docked. I'm not playing it handheld. So somebody did say, yeah, but if I want to hardwire my Switch, I'll want to get that new dock. Well, I'm going to let you know this. Time has flown by tonight, yeah. You can actually plug an Ethernet to USB adapter into your Switch dock and it will work. I do have one of those adapters. I had to get a special one that the Switch would recognize, but yes, it works. I have, when I play it down here, my Switch down here is hardwired in to an Ethernet jack. So I've been playing it like that for the last 4 months down here. Works great when I try to update because everything just runs quicker. But since I'm not going off of Wi-Fi, but yeah, that's what I've been doing. So it's not really worth it to me to upgrade for either of those two reasons. Now again, that's me personally. If I was a kid, 100%. If I didn't have a driver's license and every trip I had, I would be playing my Switch every time. I'd have it hooked up to Wi-Fi. I'd be playing Mario Kart online on the go. Sadly, that time has passed for me. Man, these people are chatty tonight. Nobody's recognized themselves, by the way, on here, have they? Have I been playing people that watch me on stream without even knowing it on the Switch? I thought so too, Alex, so I thought that time usually flies by. You guys make time go by really quickly on my Tuesday nights. Because, believe it or not, tonight, too, I was so tired when I got on here, I was like, you know what? I don't even want to try to stream tonight. I was thinking about canceling just to get a break, but I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and stream. It's going to fly by. I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to say hi to a lot of nice people, and it ended up being very good. So I'm glad that you guys were here to make then I go quickly, and it didn't really feel like it was that. Yeah, like I said, it didn't really feel like it was that good. I'm starting to have my sentences stop midway because my thought process is breaking down at that point in time. Just a busy day at work. That's why I'm tired. I had to get up early, a little bit earlier than I usually do to go to work. So look at that. All of that time for a communications error. Nintendo really needs to get their stuff fixed for that. I noticed that too with Uno on the Switch. I have Uno on the Switch and I have Uno on the PlayStation 4. And it runs so much better on the PlayStation 4. I mean, no joke. It takes me 4 or 5 times every time to join an online match because it keeps airing out on the Switch. On the PlayStation 4, I have yet to have it air out. That's just how it's been. Thanks, Fred. Hey, and I appreciate that too. Fred says, "Awesome. Good luck with the donation goal." Hey, I appreciate that seriously, and you've definitely been very generous in helping me get to there. So I'm kind of excited too. I am excited to play these games more on modern displays. Like I said, every time I play something, it's on a CRT. Like when I go to write down my notes for review, which I do when I'm doing my Ultimate Console reviews and Ultimate Game reviews, if you see those on the channel, most of the time I'm playing those on a CRT, but I come back and I capture footage for my videos when I stream. And that way, it's just kind of, it makes time go by. These are either games I've already played. A lot of these are my initial impressions. Again, I'll plug it in and play it on original hardware so I can give you an accurate review. Because I think the emulator can take some things away from it, like when I use save states and stuff like that. So definitely looking forward to being able to play original hardware on stream and have it look good. Hey, Master Games Gurux. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? You're catching me right at the end. I'm playing some random footage of me playing Mario Kart Online as I'm finishing up my stream. Oh, the Excite Bike track. This is actually one of my favorite tracks on Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And here we go. I have the auto steer still on and the auto acceleration still on. We'll see how well I do with all that stuff turned on. I usually don't do too well because I keep wondering why can't I turn in a direction that I want to turn? This is, in my opinion, though, and somebody else said this too, it takes a while for me to make a good judgment on a game. I really think this is the best version of Mario Kart they've come out with. Hands down. I thought the Wii was the best one when it came out, but I originally played this on the Wii U, and I did think to myself, man, it's sad nobody's ever going to play this game. When I had it on the Wii U, I had a Wii U in 2015, and it came with this game, and it came with Super Mario 3D Land, or 3D World. And I didn't care for 3D World the first time I played it. I actually played it during the pandemic, right when they announced that they were going to remaster the game, and I'm like, I have this on the Wii U, and I didn't think it was that good. So I decided to play it during the pandemic, and I ended up falling in love with that game. So, yeah, the Wii U did have a ton of good games, but thankfully this did get released on the Switch too as a launch title. And that's why, like, yes, people will finally be able to see how awesome this Mario Kart is. Is that a good thing? Fred Smithberg says, a lot of production time and effort for your... Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks, Fred. I really do appreciate that. It does take a lot of time and effort, but I mean, part of it is, like I said, I find it fun. And that's one of the things where I think that's the reason why I've kept up with it for at least this long as I have. Part of it, a big motivating factor, is the fact that you guys keep enjoying it and the content. So I honestly wouldn't keep doing it if it weren't for you guys, but I also wouldn't keep doing it if it wasn't fun. So, I mean, a lot of this is forcing me to prioritize playing game systems I never as a kid would have had a chance to play. It also helps me justify how much time I spend playing these games and making these videos. I mean, it just, like I said, it makes it more legitimate in my mind, is what I was gonna say. Almost like, oh yeah, I have to go home and play video games because it's part of my job. You know, my first goal on this channel was seriously was to get enough subscribers to make money so I can tell people I played video games and I got paid for doing so. That was seriously, and that moment is not lost on me, that I get ad revenue from YouTube and I'm YouTube continually. It's not that much, but they pay me anything for playing video games is astounding. So honestly, it's something I've never, I hope I never take that for granted. I know I haven't yet, and I hope I never take that for granted. So hey, I appreciate that. Master Games Gorux. I'm just gonna say Master Games because I can pronounce that part better. Cool video. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for at least stopping in here at the end and spreading the kind words. I appreciate that. I think we got time for one more race. What do you guys think? As we're picking this next race here, I do want to point out, I do have another video coming out this Thursday. I usually post videos on Thursday around 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time, or Standard Time, whenever Daylight Savings Time isn't there. So adjust your, look it up online, how you convert that to your regular stuff. But this Thursday I do have a video coming out. It's the Ultimate Turbo Duo review. It's the final video on the Duo. So yes, I'm going to finish up the rest of the games for that system. And if I don't know if I'm going to have a video, I don't know which video I'm going to have ready to go for the week after is what I meant. It could be where I go over the legacy of the TurboGrafx 16 and everything, so definitely have fun with that. Hey, I see Pizza Boy. Welcome to the stream. You caught me on, I'm on overtime right now. I was kind of tired tonight when I started, so I had to give up on the games early, but now we're just watching some footage of, some random footage I captured of me playing online. At least I think I did. I'm in first place. That's insane. I'm rarely ever in first place on this one. Damon Forbes says, most important thing for you, for YouTubers is, do they have fun playing the game? Absolutely, Damon. I definitely say that. You know, I've been at this for so long, I feel like. I almost feel like a veteran because most of the people who started with me, and there have been some really talented people, really good people, and people who I would consider to be better than me, who started at the same time I did, who have stopped streaming and given up YouTube and deleted their channels. I mean, it just amazes me how many people have done that. And a lot of it is people found out they didn't have fun doing the channel. And I said I'm very glad because this has been an immense amount of fun for me. But the other thing is too, back in the day, before I had 1,000 subscribers, I would always get questions from other YouTubers who were doing the same thing I was doing, trying to figure out how do you get content on YouTube, how do you get content that gets traction, how do you do, you know, all this stuff, what kind of videos do you want to produce? And somebody asked me, they said, where do I get all of my gameplay footage from? Like they asked me that question. I said, it's gameplay footage from the stuff I played. I played it. So I thought they were asking what I used to capture my footage. So I said, at that point in time, I was using a DVD recorder, and I've since upgraded to an AverMedia Live Gamer Portable 2. It's a little capture card that will allow me to capture or stream, and right now it's letting me stream, but I have 2 of them now, so I can capture while streaming. But anyway, and that person was shocked. I won't say who it is. They've given up YouTube since, and sadly I did see it kind of coming because their response was, oh, I just ask people who have done Let's Play videos or walkthroughs. Like, he was getting his gameplay footage from other people. So so he was literally asking me, do I get it from other people, is what he thought. Who am I getting my gameplay footage from? Because, like, you have so much of it. And I'm like, well, I've played it. And he said, wow, I don't have enough time to play the game and do the video. And I said, why would you skip the most fun part of doing a video? Like, to me, I don't want to say it's the most fun, but to me, half of the fun of making these videos is getting to play the game myself. And I think it definitely gives me perspective. Obviously, if I'm going to do a review on a game, I had to have played it. So that's one of those things where I think a lot of people who go into YouTube, some people go into it just for the video production. I would recommend staying away from a gaming channel then. If you don't like playing games or if you tell yourself you don't have time to play games for a YouTube channel, sadly, I'd say don't start a gaming YouTube channel or a Twitch channel or whatever you end up doing. I wouldn't start one just because you have to enjoy playing the games. It has to be a priority for you to play the games yourself for you to be able to actually do a YouTube gaming channel. I mean, I would think. Doesn't that seem like common sense to some people? But you would be surprised how many times I got that question, especially earlier when I was just starting out. If you had under 1,000 subscribers back then, like everybody, there was nobody shy about asking you questions about how you're doing things. And obviously, those are the people who are willing to be the most helpful. If I ask someone who has 1 million subscribers, you know, how do I get 1 million subscribers? I'm most likely not going to get a response. Because at that point, I'm a competitor, right? So, yeah, it's just kind of an interesting dynamic throughout the years on YouTube. Coming up on year 5. This is season 4 of this channel ends in August because that's when I started the show, was in August of 2017. So I'm coming up 4 years. Fourth year anniversary is coming up next month. About this time next month, actually. And man, that time seems to have flown by. You guys think the stream has flown by? That's crazy to me. The fact that I've lasted 4 years, the fact that I have people watching, like all that stuff is not lost on me. I really take time to say thank you and definitely appreciate it. I have a healthy Patreon page where people have decided to give financial support to this channel. And yes, I have bought things for this channel using the Patreon as well. So, I mean, it's... Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to do something. I'm thinking of what I'm going to do for the 4-year video. And I don't know if I'm going to do... Because usually I have some project I've worked on that I usually show. Like, I think last year I showed how I built more game shelves and expanded and made like a modern game storage room out of a spare room in the house. Because, yes, all this stuff's done in the basement, and I didn't have enough room for all the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and all that other stuff, so... the year before that, I expanded half the game room down here. I made stuff on the other side. So, I mean, I didn't have a big project like that this year, so I don't know what's a good, appropriate video for a 4-year anniversary. Let's check up on some comments here. Played 2 concerts at the Toledo Zoo in the last few weeks. Worked at church camp 2 weeks ago. This week was no band rehearsal. Vacation Bible school with your nieces. Okay. Very important to be back. Which is very important. Yep. Back to band next week. I'm not sure what band to rehearse at. Yep. It's a busy week. That's why I'm just glad you're able to make it in at all. Yes, Master Games, you got that right. Playing games is you say is all the fun. I say for me it's only half the fun. Like who was that philosopher back in the day who said the only time a person really truly experiences fun is when it's shared. And I don't know, I guess that kind of, like, I can have a good time playing games by myself, but there is something about playing games with you guys that makes it a little bit, true happiness is shared. That's the quote. Only true happiness is shared. So I kind of feel like that same way with fun. I appreciate that, Damon. Thank you. Thank you, IC Pizza Boy, as well. Channel's 4 years old and we're still watching your show and streaming. That's right. You know what the funny thing is? You said I actually didn't start streaming consistently until the pandemic started. I had streamed a few times before then, but like in blocks. I would stream on either Sundays or Tuesdays, and I would do it for like 3 months and then I'd stop. And then I didn't stream for a while because my schedule was so hectic. But when the pandemic started and there was stay-at-home orders, restaurants were shut down, all of a sudden my schedule cleared up, and now I've been consistently streaming every Sunday or Tuesday night, mainly Tuesdays. I've been streaming so consistently that now people just know, hey, Tuesday night I'm streaming, so I'm not going to be available for other things. Unless something really important comes up. Like I said, I was gone on vacation a few weeks ago at the beginning of the month, so... Yep. I enjoy streaming, but yes, sometimes it is hard to make the time and set a schedule to do this stuff. It is hard for me to stream and still find time for video production, because Tuesday nights was a big night where I'd get some video stuff done. And right now, I'm not getting any of that done, but I'm having fun But I'm having fun with you guys, so that makes it all worth it. Doesn't feel like time wasted. Thank you, OXO. Again, like I said, I've been told I don't take praise well, so I always try to, the only thing I can say is thank you. I know I'm at a loss for words and there's more I could say, but sometimes thank you is all you can come up with. I actually have seen people with a gaming channel who hates video games. You know, I made a quip in one of my, in the video where I go to the National Video Game Museum. I made a quip where I said, nobody mentioned this. Nobody commented on it, but I kind of thought too. They said, they had an exhibit about the gaming YouTuber, and I said it's right next to the worst video games of all time. And I said, isn't that appropriate that I made some comment about, isn't that appropriate that it's the gaming YouTubers are all about the bad video games and people who hate gaming kind of stuff? I think it's because it's kind of that old adage that controversy sells, right? So, yeah, it is kind of weird that people who don't like video games would start a gaming YouTube channel. It's part of a, like I said, it's part of a mindset I'm not a part of. And I think that's partially why my channel sticks out, because I really like talking about the joys, the fun of video gaming, the good games that are out there, opening myself up to new experiences. And if that experience is not 100% what I expected and I'm not good at the game, I don't just say, oh, this game sucks, and I throw it away. I really look at it and I'm like, you know what? What are some good things about this game? I personally may not enjoy it, but who would like this game? And what would be a good use of this game? Yes, there are some games that are non-redeemable. I'm sorry, irredeemable. But man, it is. It's all about having fun. It's all part of the game experience. You got, in my opinion, you got to take the good with the bad. And the reason why I don't cover the bad too much on this channel is because I feel like it is covered in depth in a lot of other channels. So that's kind of why I personally stay away from it. Love to see a video about glitches in games, vintage or new, doesn't matter. I'm sure you've seen plenty. Oh yes, there's another video I was thinking of actually, Fred, if you haven't seen it. It's called Does the DVD Doctor Work? Somewhere on my channel I have a video about the DVD Doctor, which were these very cheap, very plentifully available DVD resurfacing or cleaning, polishing kits they used to sell in like retail stores. I was specifically thinking of Walmart back in the day. I found one at a Goodwill for like $3, so I bought one just to see if it would work, and I tried it out on a game like Toy Story 3. And in the process of testing that game out, I recorded a glitch that is today one of the biggest notable glitches that I have had in a game that I was able to get the footage from. Basically, the game stops loading some of the assets, and the game eventually just starts freaking out. It's pretty good. I've seen a lot, but unfortunately, I haven't been able to get a lot of them on capture. I think the reason why I think of that Toy Story 3 one was because I was like, the best part about that was, yes, I got this captured. So most of the time, the glitches do not show up on there. Or if you're like the angry video game nerd, he has the glitch gremlin that's pretty good. When he announced when they play Was It Rocky on that thing, I laugh every single time. In this corner, nothing. It shows the wrestlers, he's horribly deformed, and he falls through the floor of the ring as he's saying, in this corner, nothing. And in the other corner, and in this corner, nothing again. Only a bad thing for you is that your games are collecting dust. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. Life can get in the way of gaming, and that's not a bad thing. Gaming is for when life gives us time to game. I make time to game somewhat, but I mean, honestly, so like I said, since March of last year, I haven't really had a lot going on. Things are starting to get back to normal to where I am going to more events, and so it's becoming harder for me to fit in my life schedule with the way that I'm currently producing videos. So I'm thinking in season 5, there's going to be some gaps in the schedule where I get some breaks throughout the year. I'll never stop working on videos, but I may not always have one to post every week. And definitely on the weeks that I don't post a video, I'll at least do a stream. So that way the content can still keep coming out in one way, shape, or form. But I'm just that's something I haven't even shared with I haven't shared with anyone. I was just thinking, I'm just looking at the road ahead going, man, when school starts again in the fall and I'm super busy, I'm not going to have any time to be working on videos. And usually I spend part of my vacation getting ahead on videos. Like I try to make as many videos as I can. And this year I took a vacation. I actually left and did stuff, so I didn't get ahead on videos as much as I wanted to. And in fact, I'm falling behind already on my production schedule just because I said life gets in the way. Yes, AVGN Clubber Lang. Oh my gosh, when Clubber Lang shows up on there. This laptop is not used to much either. Poor RTX 2080. Oh. That's alright. Like I said, get to it as you can. There's plenty of time for gaming. There's not enough time for sleep, though, is there? I do feel bad. I remember back in the day when I had to have a choice, like when I was in college. I worked almost full-time and took a full-time schedule in college. And I found out the only way I could game is if I didn't get any sleep. So there were days where I would get like 2 or 3 hours of sleep because I would game all the time. I could never do that today. I don't know how I did that. Top 5 bad games. E.T. That's not a standard response like, oh, I'm just doing it because everyone else says that's a bad game. No, I've played it. It's a horrible game. It's hilariously horrible. I always like to have people try it so they can tell exactly how bad the game is and that it's not just hype. That game, I believe that game is terrible. It's one of the worst of all time. What's another bad game? Fallout 76. That's a recent game for you. Hated Fallout 76. That game was unplayable when I played it. Horrendous. I didn't capture any footage from it. Didn't get a chance. Probably would have crashed my PS4 if I did. Yes, I played that game on PS4 and it was horrible. Horrible. Can't say enough bad about it. I have it on Game Pass now. I will not download it because I don't want to infect that Xbox with the horribleness that is Fallout 76. Sadly, the first Fallout game I've ever played. No joke. I had seen people play Fallout back in the day and I thought, oh, that game kind of looks fun, but never got into it. So finally I was like, all right, they're coming out with a new one. It's got country roads in it. Why not? I'll play it. Sure enough, it happened to be the worst one ever. You'll be driving to Tennessee in August? A lot of that one. Back to beast mode of driving. Oh, yeah, that'll be one. You've beaten E.T. on Atari? I didn't even know that was possible. I take that back. I did hear that it was possible, but I've never seen anyone beat E.T. on there. Hey, Brian K. Sorry, I almost skipped your comment there. Welcome to the stream. Sorry you're late to the party. No, that's all right. We are about wrapping up. I did say I was going to stop streaming at the top of the hour, and now we're 20 minutes into it. So, yep. Yeah, I can't believe you beat an ET on Atari 26. Ryan Yablo, welcome to the stream. We're getting a whole bunch of people in here at the very end. I should always stream a half hour later, just so you guys can get in here. Wants to ask me a personal question. Well, you can always ask. We were quoting Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan earlier tonight, and so that was actually a quote from that William Shatner says to Kirstie Alley, Kirk to Savick, when she says, "Can I ask you a personal question, sir?" And he goes, "You can ask." He goes, "That's a little joke." She goes, "Humor. It's a difficult concept." Yes, earlier we were quoting some good old Wrath of Khan earlier. Yeah, and that was all stemmed from the part that I said, notice how I changed the topic completely and I didn't answer your question? Sorry, I'll get to it in a second. I started watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine. This is the first time, believe it or not, as big of a Star Trek fan as I am, and a Star Wars fan. We do exist. There are people who like both. I actually started watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine for the first time. So it's on Netflix, and that's why I started watching it, because it's been on there forever. I've had it in my list forever. I watched Star Trek Voyager before watching Deep Space Nine, because I'd seen a lot of Voyager, but I hadn't seen it all. And I remember, seriously, back in the day, I know a lot of Star Trek fans really look down upon that series now. Like, oh, it's one of the worst Star Treks ever. Like, well, Enterprise, I would say, is fairly worse. Enterprise started well. It has some good characters, but man, that show is a trog to get through. Anyway, I used to watch Star Trek Voyager when it was on UPN back in the day, so that's why I decided to give it a shot again. And I will say, just like every other Star Trek series, except for the first series, the original series, it gets better as it goes along, but Voyager goes up and down in waves. It is definitely not as good as the others, but it's not terrible. I didn't think it was bad. Yeah, I'm only about 5 episodes into Deep Space Nine, so I'll let you guys know how far I get next week. Because right now, I'm actually still wondering, what do people see in this series? Because right now, it's kind of boring. There's not really much going on. I mean, the first episode, they had the emissary where, you know, and they talk about Bajor, and that's very religious. That's something I said, too. I'd never seen a lot about religion in Star Trek. They talk about the Klingon religion a little bit, but theirs is more like a creed than a religion. There's kind of a difference there. I know I'm kind of splitting hairs, but I believe my zodiac sign is Leo. So yes, sometime between, what is it, July 20th and August 20 something. That's when I was born. So I am a Leo. I will say this: I know my sign, but I don't know how it affects me. You were lurking, but I heard you say you have to stay up late tonight to play video games. Yes. I used to back in college, that's for sure. Because I was at school, then I go to work. I was at school for 6 hours. I go to work for 9 to 10 hours, and then I'd come home. I'd have 8 hours just to go to sleep. I'd finish my homework, do anything I had to do for the next day, and then I'd play some games. And then yeah, I had nothing. Atari Pac-Man, yeah, I wouldn't call that one of the worst of all time though. I have played. It's not good. It's not great. But I personally enjoy Atari Pac-Man better than most because I've been told that I was addicted to that as a kid, and I remember playing it. There's something familiar about it. Ah, I see Pizza Boy in there. You remember the Klingon proverb, "Revenge is a dish that is best served cold. It is very cold in space." Star Trek V, yay or nay? I personally didn't mind Star Trek V. I know a lot of people rag on that one too as being the worst movie in the series. My argument is it is not worse than 1. And here's the reason why. It actually has a pacing to the story. Star Trek 1 is a 45-minute special effects documentary surrounded by a very weak Star Trek The Original Series episode. It is hard to get through. I still watch it. It's hard to get through. The special effects do look amazing. I do like... It's kind of like... I actually watched Dune for the first time last year over the pandemic. And I watched it because so many people are like, oh, you love science fiction, you gotta watch Dune. Oh, it's a cult classic, gotta watch Dune. So I watched it. The only thing I enjoyed about Dune, and I'm not joking about this, I hated the movie. The only thing I enjoyed about Dune was the 1980s special effects sequences. They are done very well. So, but that's what I like about Star Trek the Motion Picture. It's not all bad, but I really do think that even though Star Trek V has its problems, it's still a better movie and a better story than 1. My opinion only. I know there are a lot of people who like to put 1 as the weakest. I'm sorry, like to put 5 as the weakest, but and honestly, it is a departure. Like, it's a step in the wrong direction in the franchise, but I've seen worse out of more successful franchises. So, I mean, honestly, I would say bring it on that one. I won't die on that saying that Star Trek V is one of the better ones. It's definitely not. It is the second or third lowest ranking Star Trek movie in my opinion. It's definitely higher than Star Trek the Motion Picture, but I don't know if it's worse than Star Trek Nemesis. Enterprise was hard work, not many good standard episodes. Yeah, it's hard to get through it. That's what I said. The first 2 seasons, I think, are better than the last 2 seasons. Those last 2 seasons took me forever to get through. When they start that Xindi war with their 9/11-esque attack where they literally annihilate the entire state of Florida. If you guys didn't know that, sorry for the spoiler alert. At the end of season 2, this spaceship comes out of nowhere and destroys Florida. Like literally, you see a beam come down from a spaceship and a black mark appear where Florida was. I don't know what the Star Trek writers had against Florida, but whatever. Anyway. You have the entire Voyager series on your TiVo? That's awesome. Only asked because your time management video games isn't the best right now. Love the connection of playing with others, though. Yep. And I can see this, too. Like, if I wasn't streaming, I can watch streamers and play games myself. It's just usually when I'm watching streamers, it's because I need some background noise while I'm doing work myself. So... Love Quantum Leap, Dr. Sam Beckett. Yeah, Quantum Leap was okay for back in the day, but I haven't seen that in ages. It's not a show I've gone back and rewatched. Sister Signs with the Aquarius, gotcha. See, that's something. I guess that's something that we can go to. Yeah. But you haven't answered this question. What does God need with a starship? I don't know who that is. That could be a cross between Sean Connery and Leonard Nimoy at that point. I have no idea where that impression came from. What does God need with a starship? Did Space Jam 2 the worst movie of the year? I'm sure it's gonna get nominated for a Razzie. But to be honest, I thought about giving it a chance. Only because I really don't want to say it because I don't know. I'm not a fan of the persona that LeBron James puts out there. I mean, the fact that he thinks he's better than Jordan. Sorry, as a child of the 90s, no one's ever going to live up to my childhood idol. One of my childhood idols. Yes, I do agree. Like I said, there's some good things that the motion picture does right. We got the Star Trek theme out of it. And the music is very well done. It's one of the best movie soundtracks of any movie ever. I would agree with that. Even that like synthesizer soundtrack, and it had to have a good soundtrack because of the 45 minutes of nothing but and when I say 45 minutes, I'm exaggerating, but not by much. 45 minutes of just them going over the V'ger spaceship. Like, that's what I mean by a 45 minutes special effects documentary surrounded by a very weak original series episode. That's the funny thing is when the original series is good, it's great. They have very good episodes. Where's the one where Spock's dad is a Romulan? It's the same. Mark Leonard is the actor. And, what is that called? Balance of Terror. That's what it's called. Sorry, that came out of my... That was, like, spaced on that name. That is a very good episode of the original series. But then they have the one where Kirk and Uhura kiss, the first interracial kiss that was aired on television. That episode's terrible. It's a horrible episode. It's one of the worst episodes ever. The only thing interesting that happens is Kirk and Uhura kiss, but they're forced to do so against their will. I think that was the network's way of trying to make sure they didn't upset anyone in the Deep South who might turn off their television back in the 60s, but anyway. Yeah, Spock's brain. I laugh at that one. I was going to say Spock's brain because a lot of people do say that one. That one's bad too. So when they're good, they're great, but when they're bad, they're just awful. There's not even good special effects to look at. It's just terrible. There's some of them. I think the one that had the best special effects back in the day was the Corbomite maneuver. Is that the one where they have the space-eating ship that goes through outer space that this demented captain takes over the Enterprise and tries to attack it and almost kills everyone? That one had the best special effects, and it was a pretty decent episode too. Too bad no one else will ever see that episode the way it was originally aired with the old special effects. I do miss the very crappy, grainy, film-spotted, composited 1960 special effects. I do miss those, but I agree, no one would watch those today if they had to watch them like that. I'm glad they remastered them. I'm glad they redid the special effects on them so that future generations can still consider to enjoy it. I just hope that when kids today watch those videos, they don't think, wow, this is what CGI looked like in the 1960s. I hope they don't go through life thinking like that. Anyway. They didn't like Sunny D. Even David Lynch hates that movie. Oh, you guys are terrible. David Lynch is one far out dude, so is his daughter, yep. Hey, Jet Screamer, welcome back. The one where they pick up those space hippies. Is that the one where they had the flowers with the seeds? This side of paradise? You know why I remember the names of the episodes of the Star Trek thing? Because I watched them in 1998, 99, and 2000 when Sci-Fi was re-airing them for like their 40th anniversary. And it always had William Shatner would introduce each episode and he'd say, "And now it's time for this side of paradise." So that's why I know most of the episode titles. Plus, they also show them at the beginning of each episode. Love Space Sea and the Cobra Maneuver, yep. Blu-ray versions had both the original and the remade special effects. Yeah, the problem is I don't own the Blu-rays. I just have the Netflix version, or at least did. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. And they only have the new versions. So, but yes, I would probably go back and buy those so I can get the original versions again. The Doomsday Machine. That's right. That's not... I was thinking... You're right. The Doomsday Machine is the one where it's... I don't know what the Corbomite Maneuver one is then. I remember that's one of my... I remember that one was a good one. I just don't remember how that one was different than Doomsday Machine. And we're running out of time here, so I gotta... look that up. The Corbomite Maneuver is... Oh, that's the one with the green space head alien. And yes, that's the one with Ron Howard's brother at the end of it, who plays a child alien, or he looks like a child, but he's actually grown up. Yep, that one's a good one too. I like that one. Sorry, I can't believe I got those two confused. I remember the Doomsday Machine looking like an ice cream cone. Yes, Clint Howard. Thank you. He's also in Star Wars, so. He was in the original series and in one of the last Star Wars movie ever made. Tholian Webb was good. Yep. We should, now that I know that you guys are kind of Trekkies, we can go with that. I've tried talking about Star Wars in the past, but now I can't think of it. But I noticed you guys weren't as big of a Star Wars fan as I am. Yes, the Tranya. I hope you relish it as much as I. All right. You guys get me to geek out on all this stuff. It is late. I am tired, but I do appreciate you guys coming in. I streamed for 46 minutes longer than I said I was going to stop. So this has been great. You guys made it go by quickly. I appreciate all the chat and the comments in there. Thank you again to everybody who helped me get me up to my goal here, where last I looked sitting at $72, but I'll have to update that picture as we get going through here. So again, the goal for the fundraising part is to get a device that will let me stream original hardware in its proper aspect ratio, because what I have right now is just not doing the trick. So anyway, thank you so much again. Have a great night, everyone. Video on Thursday. Next stream will be on Tuesday. Have a great night, and we'll see you then. Bye, everyone.